has allowed our family to make something of ourselves again in the world after the military.
It's completely changed the way our life is. It took us from a hopeless situation, and now we're homeowners. We have a savings account. I'm the first one to own a home out of my siblings.
Visit OperationHomefront.org to learn more.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
In the latest news, bond is being denied for a man charged in connection with the shooting deaths of 3 people in Cincinnati's Millville neighborhood. The victims were fatally shot at a Millville Court birthday party on June 20th. 62-year-old James Lewis has been indicted on multiple counts of murder. In Clinton County, former Clarksville Village Mayor John Neely Jr. is being accused of theft in office. Neely is accused of depositing village money into his own personal account, sometimes into his wife's account, and sometimes just cashing checks outright. About $50,000 went missing. Neely has been indicted on charges including theft. The volatile situation in Iran continues to play a role in the price at the pump. AAA reports the average price of regular fuel in Cincinnati this week is now $3.71 per gallon, 26 cents higher than the price 1 week ago. The average cost of a gallon of regular fuel in the state of Ohio now sits at $3.78 per gallon. And the MLB All-Star Game will take place tonight at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Reds starting pitcher Chase Burns will miss the game due to injury. Sel Stewart will be there representing the Reds. That's your news. I'm Adam Zellick on 1230 The Buzz.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
The Lincoln Ware Show is on.
In 3, 2, 1.
Now.
Right now.
Now.
Than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
Lincoln, 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 Bobingan, Bonana, Pineapple, Bacon,
Lincoln.
They say this cat Lincoln is a bad mother. I'm just talking about Lincoln.
Good morning, Cincinnati. Welcome to 1230 WDBZ. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station, the Lincoln Ware Show, till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And I practiced, and I don't know what happened when I hit the first note.
Lincoln, sometimes you just, without practicing, you'll jump on it and you'll nail it.
I know it.
And then sometimes you practice
and something happens. I don't know. All right. Anyway. All right. There's a lot going on around the tri-state, the nation, and the world. Lincoln Ware and the real Terrence Howard in this morning. How about that? Yes. Yes. And the school board still don't know if they want to put that levy on the ballot or not. They did they got the budget done. They did get that done, but they're undecided on this levy. And yeah, it's going to be a tough sell. It'll be a tough sell, but I think they can get it done. I really do. So we'll see. We don't know. They got to decide by, I think, sometime in August, by August 1st, I believe, somewhere along in there. But, yeah, I don't know. They say delaying the vote could make the board look indecisive. But Brandon Craig and Eve Bolton went along with it, so they're going to delay voting on whether to put that levy on the ballot. And you heard yesterday Donnie Isaacson come in here and tell you about how they withheld the results of the data on how much it costs per student in public schools. It costs more to send the kid through Cincinnati Public than in Indian Hill. So we'll see. We will see. Will it be a property tax or an earned income tax? Oh, boy. We'll see. 3CDC is going to buy St. Francis Seraph, that church right there where all of our people like to hang out on the steps. They used to, but they sort of moved them off the steps. But anyway, 3CDC is going to buy it. Yeah. The city will contribute $4 million from a TIF district purchase, and 3CDC will put in $1 million, and they don't know what they're going to do with it yet. But I'm sure Steve Leeper has some idea in his mind of what they want to do with that. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. Remember the triple murder where they were having a party over there in Millville, and 3 people were shot, the brother and sister, and then another person? Well, they're trying to get the guy who did the shoot, who they allege did the shooting, out on bond, but the judge refused it. But there were no witnesses, and nobody wants to say he was the one doing the shooting. There were no witnesses that's coming forward, and no one could identify the guy who they said did the shooting. But he didn't get out on bail because he's had some previous run-ins with the law for violence and all kind of stuff. So the judge said, no, we're not going to let you out. Even though there were no witnesses that have come forward, you got to stay in. Well, Ohio is going to pay $507,000 to a wrongly imprisoned Cincinnati man. Yeah. That's just the first installment. Yeah. $506,000 as the first installment to Marcus Sapp, a Cincinnati man who spent 13 years in prison and was later declared wrongfully imprisoned by the police. I guess the police and the prosecutors, cut some time off some people to testify against him. And, yeah, that's why they have that integrity team down at the prosecutor's office now. That's why they have it, for things like this. Sapp's conviction was overturned on the 23rd, January in 2023 in Hamilton County Common Pleas Court. Melissa Powers, who was the prosecutor then, refiled the charges to try him again for the 2008 shooting death of Andrew Cunningham. In March 2024, the Inquirer investigated the case, finding that Sapp's conviction had hinged on questionable and withheld evidence. Then 2 months later, Powers dismissed the charges against Sapp after the Inquirer did their own investigation, and Melissa Powers didn't have a choice. Oh, we're corrupt here in the prosecutor's office. They caught us. I got to let him go. But now they've got an integrity unit, and they're going to stop stuff like that. It's not going to happen. Let's hope not, anyway. But if this guy, he was only in jail 13 years, and let's see how they're going to do the payments here. They figure out how much you would have made over that time, and then they sort of calculate that and come up with your total. But the state will pay $68,000 for a year of wrongful imprisonment plus lost wages. The $506,000 is half of the preliminary payment. His attorneys will negotiate with the state how much he is also owed for lost wages. So, man, if he's getting this, what do you think my man, Brother Elwood, is going to get? Elwood Jones. Man, he spent 30 years in jail, and he's going to get a real nice little payout there. Let me tell you. Jeez. And I wonder will we hear from him again once he gets that money. We won't hear from Elwood Jones again. Lincoln who?
Straight to voicemail.
Yes. Oh, boy. Well, 2 Supreme Court justices going to Congress, they want more money for security. They're making all these Supreme Court decisions, and people are coming after them. And they want Congress to shove out some money to up their security in the Supreme Court. Yeah, one of the Supreme Court justices was swatted the other day. I think it was Kagan, and or was it the other one? Amy, I think it might have been Amy Barrett. Yeah. So, people coming after everybody nowadays. No one's safe nowadays. You're not safe any place either. You're not safe in church. You're not safe in school. You're not safe in the workplace. Where are you safe nowadays? Is there any place that's safe? I don't think so.
I'm safe at home, Mr. Ware. Can I go home right now?
Nah. And I did notice, it seemed like they have upped the security at Crossroads. It seems like I saw more cops hanging around in the lobby than normal. So, yeah. Trump is going to put a full blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, and he wants to charge for going through. Now, who was it? The Secretary of State a few months ago said, you don't charge people on international waterways. That's crazy. He was upset at Iran. Now Trump wants to do the same thing he was upset about. How's that going to work out? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, boy, that Donald Trump is a trip. Over in Kentucky. And that's why, that's why Ohio has been trying to get the concealed firearm age to 18, because Kentucky law just went into effect, I guess, and they've lowered the concealed firearm carry age to 18. So those 18 years old over in Kentucky, you can carry a weapon. Unbelievable. But y'all folks in Kentucky, stay over. You 18-year-olds with guns, stay over there, because it's against the law if you cross the river It's not a law here yet. We're trying to fight those Republicans off in Columbus. It's not a law yet, but so you keep those 18-year-olds over in Kentucky with those firearms.
These teenagers can barely drive. Mr.
I know,
Ware.
I know. They don't need to have a gun. Unbelievable. Christy Nome is going to divorce her husband. They've been married for 34 years, and he's been wearing her clothes, apparently. I don't know.
Would it be all right if I got done like a woman got done?
So, yeah, after 34 years, they came out with this article about him hiring, I guess, people to come in and do all kind of crazy stuff. Showed him wearing women's clothing, using props, and boy, he was hiring adult entertainers to come in and, boy, role-playing while he dressed in women's clothing. And she said, nah, baby, nah. I got to have my own clothes. You can't wear my clothes. Jeez.
See, this is the hypocrisy I'm talking about, Mr. Ware. They're so angry about trans people and gay people. They want to be those people. They want to do everything they want to do, but they want to criticize people for being trans, and it's just the hypocrisy.
Yes,
They're doing the exact same thing that the gay folks and the trans folks are doing. They're doing the exact same thing.
And they want to try to throw the attention away from them by coming at those people.
Yes.
So, LeBron James, the odds have undergone a shakeup here on where LeBron James will end up. But, if he ended up in Minnesota, you bet on that, boy, you would make some big money. But only a 4% chance he's going to Minnesota. Philadelphia, there's a 9% chance. And Miami Heat, there's a 24% chance. Golden State Warriors, moving up, 24% chance. And, of course, as I said all along, he'll end up in Cleveland. There's a 43% chance he'll end up in Cleveland. If you bet on that, you won't make that much money. But I tell you, if you put a couple of $100 on the Timberwolves and he ended up there, oh, boy, you'd be making as much money as he's making. I don't know. Yes. Oh, boy. Now, Congress is discussing whether you should put age limits on how long they can serve. They're looking at Mitch McConnell and all this stuff. And there's a debate. How old is too old to serve in public office? Yeah. There's no maximum age limit for the service. Yeah. There is a minimum age. You must be at least 25 years old. And if you're on the Senate, you must be 30 years of age. So if you're on the House of Representatives, 25 years of age, the U.S. Senate, 30 years of age, and there you have it. There you have it. So, I don't know. I think there should be an age limit. But you look at guys like some of these cats on there, they're real sharp, and they have sound mind, and they're good to be there. But I don't know. I don't know if they should put an age on it or not. I do think they should put an age on Supreme Court justices. I think so. All right. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back. 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. 1230, The Buzz.
1230 The Buzz wants you to buy Black 513. Black Americans have over $1 trillion.
White Lion says they don't criticize trans folks because they're trans. They criticize them because they try to convert kids.
Oh, boy.
But they don't have a problem with grown men sleeping with little girls.
Right.
They don't have a problem with that, the Republicans, but they got a problem with something that's non-existent or practically non-existent. I haven't heard anything about that.
Unbelievable. And then your buddy Tim Heidel says Democrats didn't want age limits when they were in control.
Democrats were barely in control. Somebody broke it down. I saw it this morning, how many decades Republicans had control.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have way more control than Democrats. Yeah.
What's up, James Muhammad? Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Forget the age limit. Term limits are the way to go. Well, it could be true, too. But there's no, I think some of those justices stay around too long, and then the wrong party, if they're a Democrat and a Republican is in charge, then you're going to lose that seat. They stay too long. They need to retire when the Democrat is in there so that they can take the seat, control the seat. And that picture they got of McConnell in the hospital,
yeah,
I think that's AI.
Well, somebody looked it up. They used the AI. They used AI to decipher whether it was AI or not, and that AI said it was AI.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. I know he just looked too chipper.
But you should have seen the videos that people were creating.
Oh boy!
Of Mitch McConnell, they got him doing Michael Jackson dance in a hospital gown.
Jeez.
It's some of the funniest stuff I see, man. I was just laughing, cracking up this morning watching that stuff.
Oh, the woman who got shot, Teresa Dudley's funeral's today. Yeah, her funeral is today. Man. And yeah, they couldn't get anybody to identify the dude. I don't know what's going on with that. Both of them look 15 years younger in the photo. They did. His wife looked younger and everything. And he just sitting up there just smiling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Now, when he goes back to the Senate, he's going to be creeping in on a walker probably. Oh, man.
They had him break dancing and everything on
Oh, boy.
On those videos. That was funny. In the same clothes he had on in the photo. Break dancing.
Oh, jeez. His wife is still in China, and he is sleeping down below, eternally sleeping down below. Yeah, right. He's alive. There's no reason why they would keep his death a secret. You know what I mean? Car Mega Store, Route 32 in Batavia. Come on over, check us out. Jeff Weiler, Eastgate, Used Car Mega Store.
Don't leave us in the car. Take us with you. Go to your favorite app store, search WDBZ, and download the Buzz app today.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati. I mean, it is a mega store. I had to put some reverb on that. I had not been out to Batavia in maybe 3 years or so. And I went out to Jeff Wire out there in Batavia, and, man, I could not believe what I was seeing. That place, it looks like a city. You know what I mean? Nothing but car dealerships right there. And then the mega used car building is like a circle, and it's unbelievable out there. I tell you, it's like a city within a city out there. So I'll be out there Saturday, as a matter of fact. Yes, we'll be broadcast. So you'll get talk radio on Saturday. Did they tell you yet?
This coming Saturday.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be working over here and OSL Saturday. Man. How about that?
Maybe who else here can work the board over there?
Chad can't work on weekends, I don't think.
Oh, boy.
I'll just have to handle both sides, Mr. Ware.
I tell you.
Yep.
What would they do without you, Terrence Howard? You don't have to worry about being fired.
Well, you never know.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. You have made yourself indispensable.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you are in that seat now where they can't do without you. And that's a good place to be. I'm telling you. That's a good place to be. All right. Yes, I will be there Saturday from noon to 2. So come on out. But the thing about it, you'll get 6 days of me this week. So tune in on Saturday, folks. Tune in on Saturday. And now I'm looking at the weather. It looks like it's going to rain Friday for my conduct. It rained the last time I was supposed to do it.
Oh no, Mr. Ware. And don't tell me rain is going to stop you from doing your performance.
Well, the orchestra can't get wet. But, it could. You never know. It's still early in the week. All that stuff could change by Friday, So, but I'm hoping it'll be late Saturday night when it rains, and late Friday night, and we'll be able to get it all in on Friday out at Woodlawn. I'm looking for, maybe I'll see Miss Nettie out there. She's not too far away from the Woodlawn recreation fields out there. Yes, maybe Miss Nettie. And she might bring Mr. Melvin with her. Who knows? They went to church together Sunday, so who knows? Yeah. All right, let's go downtown to the Crime Stopper headquarters and check in with our good friend, Detective Tiffany Green. How are you today?
I'm good. Good morning, Lincoln. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. And if you don't have anything to do Friday night, come on out and check me out there. At the Woodlawn Community Center Fields.
Okay. What's going on?
Friday at 6:30, I'm conducting a song with the CSO, Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra.
Okay.
So,
all right, and this is Friday.
Friday, it starts at 6:30. I don't know exactly what time my song will come up, but it'll probably be sometime between 6:30 and 7:30.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
All right. Who are we looking for today?
The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and Cincinnati Police District 2 investigators are looking for Walter Johnson. Mr. Johnson is wanted for 2 counts of felony forgery. Investigators say Mr. Johnson knowingly forged checks in exchange for money. Walter Johnson is a black male. He's 60 years old. He's 5'5" and 210 pounds. Walter Johnson has an arrest history of drug offenses, menacing, and theft, and was last known to live on Republic Street in Over the Rhine area. Cincinnati Police District 3 is looking for David Stewart. Mr. Stewart is wanted for felonious assault and misdemeanor domestic violence and misdemeanor contempt of court. Police say during a domestic dispute, Mr. Stewart stabbed the victim in the back with scissors. David Stewart is a white male. He's 50 years old. He's 5'10" and 200 pounds. David Stewart has an arrest history of breaking and entering, drug offenses, and theft, and was last known to live on Maria Avenue in East Price Hill. Listeners, if anyone has information on where police can find Walter Johnson or David Stewart, please call Crime Stoppers at 513-352-3040 or submit a tip online at crime-stoppers.us.
All right, who is that in the background talking there?
That's Miss Tony.
Miss Tony, tell her she should know better than to talk when you're on the air.
He was on the phone with a caller.
All right,
apologies.
Tell Miss Tony I forgive her. You know, she used to come on here filling in for, let's see, who did she fill in for? Lisa or Olivia or one of them. But, yeah, I miss Miss Tony.
Okay, well, I'll see if I can get her to call in.
Oh, she never, she said they wasn't paying her to call in. She was not calling in. She stopped that. She said, no, they're not paying her to do that.
Oh,
all right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You have a good day.
All right. Yeah, Miss Tony said, they're not paying me to do that. I'm not doing that. Yeah. All right. 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. Don't forget the 38th Midwest Regional Black Family Reunion returns to Cincinnati August 13th through the 16th. Join thousands from across the region for a free celebration of black culture, community empowerment, and family, featuring live entertainment, a career fair, a parade, and more. For details, go to myblackfamilyreunion.org. Go there to that website, and they'll give you all the information you need. All right, we're going to talk to T and Mississippi James after the break, and then we'll come back. If you want to jump on board, do that right now at 513-749-1230. The Lincoln Ware Show, 1230, The Buzz.
Every weekday, 1230 The Buzz has you covered. Let's go! With new entertainment.
All right. Oh, boy. Lincoln getting Miss Tony in trouble. No, it doesn't cost for the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra event. It's free. They have the theme music, Superfly Shaft, and Truck Turner. The CSO is playing you. Oh, Superfly. Dun, 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 Superfly. I'd love to do Shaft, though. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun. I'd love to do Shaft. But instead, you heard the song that I'm doing, didn't you? Hey. I'll just let it do what it do.
That's in Yankee Doodle.
Oh, boy. Lincoln doesn't want to get his black city official friends in trouble with voters about the Bryants. Oh, boy. Look, if they call, there's a record of it. Simple as that. And I did not hear back from Scotty Johnson, so that kind of scares me, like he couldn't find a call made. So I don't know. We know the inflation rate has declined. Awfully suspicious. When Trump gets his guy in there, then the inflation rate declines. Yes, the orchestra is free. I thought I just said that, Shawnee Walker, but we'll look for you out there. I think the rain is going to hold off till like late at night. It'll be an overnight rain, so we should be good to go, folks. You're right. Nobody cares what the hell Tim Heidel has to say. It's a bunch of shiggity anyway. Kagan is on there begging for money for security. Personal threats have increased. Our residential security and threat assessment activities. Attacks grew in number and sophistication. We requested additional cybersecurity resources. Our strategy has been consistent across security functions.
WDBZ, The Buzz, your official talk station.
It is official, you understand me?
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln, we're with you. And they say inflation is down. It's awfully suspicious. When Trump gets his guy in there, all of a sudden inflation is down. Yeah.
Well, tell that to the average working American.
Right.
Everything is still up.
Everything is still up. And, all of a sudden, his guy is in there, and the numbers look kind of suspicious.
And they've never been known to lie, the Trump administration. They've never been known to lie. So.
Of course they wouldn't lie. They wouldn't fix the numbers up. They wouldn't do fuzzy math. They wouldn't do that. All right. Let's go to T. T, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Ware? How's your family?
Everybody's fine, T. Thanks for asking.
Good. Hey, look here. They're talking about jacking up our property tax for the schools and for children's service. They're not supposed to do that with our money. The government's supposed to pay for all that. They're supposed to pay for the schooling, and they're supposed to pay for the children's service. That's not our job. That's what the government's supposed to do.
It was originally set out like that, but they deemed it unconstitutional to pay for schools with property taxes, but nobody's ever done anything about it. And
yeah, see, that's ridiculous. I mean, the government give money to Argentina, billions of dollars, Israel. How come they can't take care of us people here? And that's the governor's job. That's his job is to go to the Federal Reserve and ask them for that money. That stuff's not supposed to come out of our pocket. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do.
Well,
but they're not doing that. They taking it from us, and I think that's part of Khrushchev. We were buried from the inside. I think that's what that is.
Oh, you talking about Nikita Khrushchev from Russia? He said that 60 years ago.
And I think those people who doing this, they might be connected to Russia. We don't know, because we got more white people in this country than we do have Native Americans, Mexicans, Indians, and any other people from. We have all together, blacks, all of us together. We have more white people in this country than anybody. And I don't know why white people are all upset about it.
Well, I don't think it's Russia has anything to do with property taxes for schools.
They might not, but they might have a spy here doing this.
But I think they need the money. The government.
Why don't the government?
Well, we can't wait on the government at this point, so we might have to pass this levy with Cincinnati Public Schools if they put it on the ballot.
Our property tax jumped up 2.5 years ago.
Yes, this is true.
So
yes.
what they ain't going to do nothing but jack it up again?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
Well, let's wait and see how much it'll cost per homeowner. Or maybe what about if they take it out of your paycheck? What if it's a income tax out of your income instead of
it don't matter.
Property
it's still
tax.
Money coming out of our pocket.
This is true.
When it's the government that's supposed
but
to
if it's an income, then it'll come from everybody, not just the property owners.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll come from renters and everything.
So why are we broke?
Because they cut back on the money.
Then where did the money go? Where is the money going to?
I don't know what they gave a lot of it to charter schools. A lot of it is going to charter schools.
Like I said, it's going $1 billion going to Argentina, going to the war over in Israel and other places of the world. That's where that money is going.
That's not the money that was earmarked. Well, some of it was earmarked for public schools.
Money. They need to stop giving the country our money. These countries our money, so we could build up our country.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that.
All right.
All right, my brother.
T, thanks for your call. T got his mind made up, and it sounds like he may not vote for the levy. I don't know. Come on, T. Think about it. Think about it, T. But I think it would be better for the school board to go for an earned income tax spanning 5 years. It'll generate $74 million a year for the district at a rate of 0.75%. The tax would amount to $750 annually for someone with a yearly income of $100,000. So if you make $100,000, they'll take $750 from you for 5 years. Yeah. And I would say the majority of people living in Cincinnati probably make under $100,000. So it wouldn't be that much per person. So we'll see. We will see. That would generate a lot of money. That would help a lot. $74 million a year. That would help. Or an $8 million property tax spanning 5 years, amounting to $280 per $100,000 of a home's assessed value. That would bring in $75.8 million a year. Yeah. So I don't know. But they need some money. And they need it now. How they're going to get it, that remains to be seen. All right. They've had their, Meridian Night reunion, and he's back to Mississippi James. How you doing, Mississippi James?
Doing pretty good, my North Mississippi fam.
Now, where are you now? Are you in Mississippi or are you in Cincinnati?
I'm in Meridian.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be down here for July and August.
Okay.
Come back and join you guys.
Man, you down there in the hottest time of the year down in Mississippi.
Hey, man, as long as that air conditioning is kicking, we all right.
All right.
And look here, I tell people when they say that, hey, I'm retired firefighter, so add about 1,000 degrees and a 3-layer uniform.
Yeah.
And that's where you get hot. So this little 90-something we complaining about, add 1,000 to that.
I hear you.
But anyway, Mr. Lincoln, you always talking about the school kids in Mississippi scoring higher than Ohio.
Isn't that something?
Okay. Well, it is what it is. They calling that the Mississippi Miracle.
Oh, yeah, they did. That's right. He did say they called it the Mississippi Miracle. Yep.
But it's simple what happened. They quit targeting these kids. And now they use PBIS. That stands for Positive Behavior Intervention and Support. Now, see, when I came out of school in 75, Meridian was a federal blue ribbon school district. Hey, we had it going on. Then in the mid-'80s, that's when these prisons went private, traded on Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
And they started locking up, targeting the kids to be locked up.
Yep.
So that went on for about 25, 30 years. So over the last 10 years, that have finally been broken. And now they changed the teaching system. And I'm involved with 4 mentoring programs down here.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we talk about ancient Africa, you know, how we were before the slave trade. And Pharaoh be hitting on that. But Pharaoh's so abrasive, and he want to argue about it, you know. But don't argue about it. People's open their mind, and a lot of them is hard because they've been indoctrinated to think after the transatlantic slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go back and do your research, it'll free you up. And you'll see a lot of the stuff that we was indoctrinated to believe, it came out of Egypt and Africa. You know, same thing with Elijah. These brothers on to something, but they are anomaly and not many people following them. But right here in Mississippi, you know, these kids are doing better because they happen to go to school now.
Well, but is it the technique? Also, you have to look at the technique they're using, and it's different than what they're using here.
Yeah, and I tell you, two things was happening. That school-to-prison pipeline and that gender reaffirming, that was hitting big down here. These kids was going to school, and they thought they was going to be turned gay because that was so popular to tell them, you know, they could change their identity, call them by certain pronouns and all this type stuff. But see, that stuff is sort of on the sideline now, and the true kids are shining through. They happy, they learning, and it's showing, you know, it's producing these things.
And you can see that in their faces. You can see it.
Sure. And like I say, I deal with 4 different programs. And when I go there, I'll be talking about, you know, depends on my audience. I may talk about Eurocentric and Afrocentric, or I may just talk about linear thinking and circular thinking. And once you understand these ways of thinking, everything else will fall in line. But if you've been conditioned only to go by what your mother and your grandmother that they learned after slavery, that was by design that we hate each other, separate from each other. But when you go back and begin to study how we were in Egypt and Africa, you'll see different principles. Even if it's not true, Lincoln, it makes you feel better about yourself than the system that told us we was the dirtiest, the dumbest, the biggest thief, you know, crazy. That's what the system told us. That's so far from the truth. Why don't you use something to tell yourself, hey, you the top, you the best.
Yeah. All right.
You know, it's a way of thinking.
It's the
all right,
miracle.
have a good day, man.
It's the Mississippi
North,
Miracle.
fam.
All right, Mississippi James from the Mississippi Miracle. 4th graders are out reading California kids, Ohio kids, and everything. It's a miracle. Yes. All right. 513-749-1230. Lincoln, we're with you. Let's go to Langston. Langston, how are you today?
My man, Lincoln Ware. How's it going, brother?
Hold on, Langston. Let me take a break first, and then we'll come back. I got to start looking at this clock a little closer. It's time for break. And we'll come back with Langston, Elijah, and others. And I can't believe Mississippi James gave Elijah a shout-out. Unbelievable. Let's take a break. 1230, The Buzz.
Cincinnati. Want to stay plugged in with 1230 The Buzz and get the inside scoop sent to your phone? From exclusive contests and cash giveaways to breaking news and can't miss events, we're keeping you connected all day long. Join the 1230 The Buzz text club right now by texting BUZZ to 23845. Get instant updates on local news, community events, special guests, hot topics, and chances to win prizes before anyone else. If it's happening in the city, you'll hear it from The Buzz first. Cash, contests, conversations, and community, all in the palm of your hand. Text BUZZ to 23845 and stay connected with the station bringing you real talk and real voices every single day. 1230 The Buzz, your talk station.
You're invited to be a part of the nation's largest gathering of the family at the 38th Midwest Black Family Reunion. Come celebrate. Bring your family to this 4-day celebration of family, culture, and community, featuring special guests Kenny Lattimore, John P. Key, and Otis Moss III. Enjoy live entertainment, family activities, health and wellness programs, culture celebrations, and more. Presented by TriHealth. Visit myblackfamilyreunion.org for details. That's myblackfamilyreunion.org.
Hey Reds fans, Barry Larkin here, proud Red and Hall of Famer. I've been in moments where one call changed everything. Safe, out, strike 3. In baseball, the call can decide the game. In life, sometimes a call can mean everything. For one family, it can provide an opportunity for legacy. For another, it can bring hope, the chance for more time, more memories, more life. Organ, tissue, and eye donation happens only in rare medical circumstances. but understanding it helps families make informed decisions with clarity and compassion. That's why I stand with Network for Hope. I am a voice of hope. Hope is on the line. To learn more and register, go to networkforhope.org. Will you answer the call?
We are here for you, Hamilton County. The 513 Relief Bus is officially on the road in 2026 to provide no-cost resources to you. Free health screenings, assistance with birth certificates, home and rent issues, child support and care, youth and adult employment, and much more. Sign up today to receive updates and alerts. Visit 513relief.org to stay in the know. That's the number 513relief.org. Get the free assistance you need with the 513 Relief Bus. Visit 513relief.org.
Want a career with a bright future? Attend Metro's Operator Career Fair, Saturday, August 1st, 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at 1401 Bank Street. Tour a Metro bus. Hear from professional operators about their jobs and apply for a rewarding career with great pay and benefits. Plus, there'll be music, food trucks, and fun. Apply at go-metro.com/drive and move up with Metro.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
Giving voice to the community. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. Turn that to the side. There you go. That's good. Right there. All right. In the studio with me, Ryan Braun, and he's with the Hamilton County Developmental Disabilities Service. And tomorrow, they're going to have the 513 Relief Bus out at the county building out there on Patricia McCollum Way. And that's a great building out there to move those services.
It's gorgeous. It's such a nice place, and it's so much more accessible than the buildings that we had. Either place, both accessible for parking and accessible for folks with disabilities. So it's a blessing for us to be able to be in that building.
Now, when you talk about County Developmental Disabilities Service, what are we talking about?
We are talking about, so developmental disabilities are things that people are born with and are expected to last throughout their entire life. So we're often talking about things like autism and Down syndrome and cerebral palsy and a long list of things, but generally the thing that kind of ties them together is that it's developmental, so it happens while you're still developing and lasts for the rest of your life.
Okay. And there used to be, they changed the name a few years ago. It was called...
MRDD is what we were called up until something like 2010, 2011, and then they changed the name across the state. But same organization. A lot of people are still familiar with this.
Yes. And so you'll be there from what time tomorrow?
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to have the 513 Relief Bus parked out back behind the building. You'll come in through the main entrance. There's a nice little cafeteria area on the first floor that we'll have some stuff set up in. There's a nice patio and playground in the back, and that's where we're going to have most of the tables. There's going to be all kinds of activities there. We have the Cincinnati Tennis Association is going to be there doing adaptive tennis and pickleball, so that'll be fun. We've got yard games. We're grilling out. We have snow cones. And then obviously the 513 Relief Bus and all the services that are on the bus are going to be there.
All the regular services that they provide will be right there on the bus.
Yep. Okay. And we have something like 40 other organizations that are going to be there with tables offering services. I know the Board of Elections is going to be there helping people sign up and register to vote. The BMV is going to be there helping with license reinstatements, and a whole bunch of other organizations just offering fun stuff.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's great that, of course, the county building is there. You don't have to make an appointment for any of the county services. You can just go right to the bus and do the same thing you can do in the building.
Exactly. You don't even have to walk up all the stairs or anything. It's right there. So
it's going
to be wonderful.
All right. Resource services. You're promoting. When you promote accessibility, what are we talking about?
So, the big thing that we like to talk about is universal accessibility, the idea that something is easy for anybody to use, whether you have a disability or not. So I think one of the classic examples is something like a ramp. If you have a wheelchair, you need that ramp to be able to get in, but it's universally accessible, meaning for anybody, it's easier to walk up a ramp than it is the stairs.
Yes,
That's what we're hoping for. So we're promoting a lot of those things. One of the things we're also going to have there is the Momentum Relief Bus, Momentum Refresh Bus, and that is a universally accessible restroom bus that we've been putting out at events for the last couple of years and making some of the biggest events in Cincinnati accessible for anybody. So it has a lift, it has an adult changing table, it has plenty of space up there if you need somebody to come in and help you in the restroom. And it has an attendant there as well. If you need help and you're not able to do it, that attendant is able to help you out. And so it makes things like Taste of Cincinnati and Oktoberfest and all these major Cincinnati experiences something that anybody can go to, whether they have accessibility challenges or not.
Now, when you talk about independence, I guess everybody wants to be independent. When you haven't been, you want to end up with independence.
Absolutely, and that's exactly a lot of the same principles that apply for universal accessibility are about independence. So another classic example that I hear from people all the time is those buttons that you see on doors that allow the door to open for you.
Yes.
I hear all the time from moms who are like, I never thought about this as being such a important piece of independence and accessibility until I had a child and I was trying to get a stroller through the front door.
Right.
And you imagine if you use a wheelchair every single day, to be able to have that independence, not have to ask somebody to open the door, to not have to struggle with the door, to just hit that button.
And everybody uses them too.
Yeah.
Everybody, people who are independent, they still use them.
They make life a lot easier. If you have a bag of groceries or anything in your hands, they are wonderful.
So tomorrow from 10 till 2, Hamilton County Job and Family Services building right there at 1701 Patricia McCullum Way, and you guys will be around the back there on the patio area.
We will, come in through the front door, come grab some food as we're grilling out, grab a snow cone. It's going to be warm, but it'll be fun, and come down and see us.
All right. I mean, I tell you, it's amazing at all the things the county is doing to make it easier for people to access all of the services.
It really is. It really is, and that bus really is an important piece of that. The fact that I don't have to go downtown and deal with the bus or deal with finding parking or wait in line at the DMV and all these things, that I can go get some of these services that used to be a lot more difficult. And if I can't get it that day, the folks who work on that bus, who are there every day, they will make phone calls. They will help you figure out whatever you need to figure out.
Now, what if somebody needs a wheelchair, and can you help them with a wheelchair?
So what we're doing, obviously with a lot of these services, there are several different steps that you have to go through first before you get through that. But we will be there as an organization, Developmental Disability Services. We're going to have several of our employees out there, which is not always the case. We're usually just able to have one person there, but because it's in the building that we work out of, we're going to have several teams. So we will have our eligibility team down there helping people get signed up. So to qualify for our services, you have to have a diagnosis of a developmental disability, and then you have to have an assessment. So they are able to help people get started with that process, get their assessment scheduled, get that first step taken care of while they're there. You wouldn't get a wheelchair that day, but you would be on the path to get that process started. We'll also have our benefits reps there. So a lot of people with developmental disabilities qualify for some sort of benefits, and so they help people navigate that. There's a lot more navigation when you're talking about disability than just income-based or something like that, and so they can help people figure out some of that. We'll have our early intervention team there. That's always folks that I like to talk to everybody about. For babies with developmental delays, it's a completely free service up until they turn 3 years old. And so they'll be there signing people up for services, letting them know that exists, and really trying to get to those babies as early as you can, because that's such an important development time that if we can get in there with those services, sometimes somebody who has a developmental delay when they're 2 years old, that might not be present again later in life if they get the right services early in life. So that's
now, is it just me, or are you seeing more cases of ALS?
That is not something that we deal with a lot, so I don't know a ton about ALS. I think that is something that doesn't happen during the development stage.
Right.
I understand that tends to happen later, so I don't have a ton of experience with that.
Okay. I seem like everybody all of a sudden diagnosed with ALS.
Yeah. The one that we see a lot regularly is autism, that we've seen a lot of uptick in that.
Yeah, but that's an uptick. Okay.
But I think that one is really like a lot of what we see is people are just so much more familiar with it, and so much more familiar with, if these are the services that I get in school, it makes my life a lot easier moving forward, and we don't have to work around things. We get the accommodations that I need right now, and it makes my life path a lot smoother.
So if somebody has autism, what type of services would you provide for somebody like that?
Yeah, so again, it's range. Everything we do is very individualized. So depending on what you need at this time in life, that is what we provide. And autism is such a spectrum that it might be something very light that you need, all the way up to some hands-on 24/7 services. But for folks who are in school, I mean, I'll just talk about it in a timeline perspective. For people who are in school, we really start coming in when students are 13 up until they graduate, which could be as late as 22 if you have a developmental disability, and helping them figure out what's next in life. And so that might be job exploration. It might be looking at what day programs look like. It might be a whole range of things. It might be volunteer opportunities, things like that. So we come in and we meet with those students and we look at those things and help them explore things and make sure that they're set up on that path. And you have to start pretty early with a lot of students, depending on how complex their disability is. But starting at 13 gives us kind of a long runway to get things figured out. For older adults, it might be job stuff. If somebody wants to work and needs an accommodation to be able to work, that might be some of the things that we're working at. It might be helping them figure out a day program. It might be helping them figure out in-home supports. Maybe there's somebody who needs somebody in their home 24 hours a day. And so what does that look like, and how do those services get in place?
Okay.
But it's
all right.
all that
Well,
stuff.
I tell you, you guys, the Hamilton County Developmental Disabilities Service, you're providing a lot for people out there that people may not even realize.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we love having these events like the 513 Relief
Yeah.
Bus, where we can go out in communities and meet people. And I tell you, every time I go out to these events, I have somebody who comes up to me and says, my brother has a disability and we didn't know you existed and we've never been connected with you. And so it's so important that we're out in the community and doing these things. And it's exciting to be able to do that.
All right. Well, sounds like it's going to be a great event tomorrow. Going to help a lot of people from 10 till 2 out there at the Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services Building, right there at Patricia McCullum Way, which is right off of Reading Road and the Norwood Lateral, right there at that spot. And you can't miss the building. It's got a big sign up there, and it's a great building to be in. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan Braun, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
it.
me, Lincoln, and I look forward to seeing folks down there tomorrow from 10 to 2.
All right. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
12:30 a.m. WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
In the latest news, in Clinton County, former Clarksville Village Mayor John Neely Jr. is being accused of theft in office. Neely is accused of depositing village money into his own personal account, sometimes into his wife's account, and sometimes just cashing checks outright. About $50,000 went missing. Neely has been indicted on charges including theft. Bond is being denied for a man charged in connection with the shooting deaths of 3 people in Cincinnati's Millville neighborhood. The victims were fatally shot at a Millville Court birthday party on June 20th. 62-year-old James Lewis has been indicted on multiple counts of murder. Consumer advice website Wallet Hub is out this week with its rankings of best American cities for recreation. Wallet Hub looked at 100 of the largest U.S. cities and considered statistics and 47 metrics, including the number of public beaches, fishing spots, and restaurants per capita, the costs associated with enjoying such activities, and the quality of parks and playgrounds. Cincinnati placed tops among Ohio cities and third overall, with Las Vegas, Nevada at number 1. That's your news. I'm Adam Zelik on 1230 The Buzz.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
Did you miss something? Catch the rebroadcast. Do it again. For the full schedule, go to thebuzzcincy.com.
WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you on a Tuesday. Yes, that's what it is, a Tuesday. And got Sheila Gray coming in later. She's got a news story she's working on for Thursday. It'll be on Thursday at 6 o'clock on Local 12. And we'll talk about that. She'll be in here at 11:30. Sheila Gray. I've been knowing her a long time. Back in the days when she worked over at Fox 19. It's unbelievable. All right, let's go to Langston. Langston, how are you?
Doing great, Lincoln Ware. How are you doing, sir?
I'm hanging in there. What's on your mind?
I'm going to try to hit 3 quick points real quick. First and foremost, I would like to submit to everyone that's listening, please try to make it out to the Lincoln World Walking Club. It's a great way to start your day, get your heart and your blood pumping. So always try to get out there and get that done. The second thing would be, Lincoln, is the working definition that we use for insanity is to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And I would like us to look at the reflection pool in the Mall of Washington, D.C. So we've drained it a second time. And guess who's going to do that contract, Lincoln?
The same person.
The same guy. So maybe we can give him $17 million this time. Maybe he can get it right then. It's crazy to me. And also, we won't go too deep in it, but I've never seen anybody cut paint before, so there were no gouges found in the paint, by the way.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
And I definitely want to use the right definition of DEI, didn't earn it. I submit to you Lindsey Graham's sister. What are her qualifications?
Yeah, that's the same thing my wife was asking. So what did she do? What are her qualifications? What was she doing? Was she, I don't know.
I'll share it with you. is one of the two. She either helps employ people that cannot hear or people that can't see. That was her job.
Oh boy.
And that's an honorable job, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you're going to if you're going to appoint someone, it seems like you want to appoint someone that maybe have a little more understanding of the laws, especially being a senator. It just seems smart to me. But we know that's not what they dabble in.
Well,
last thing. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just saying that I was just shocked that Trump picked her. Got the governor. I'm sure Trump called the governor and told him to do that.
Well, the only question probably asked her is, "Are you going to do what Donald Trump tells you to do?" Yes, sir.
Yep.
You're signed. Sign her up.
Yep.
And and the third thing is, I think everyone that listens to the show probably ingests an unhealthy amount of news. And I just happen to notice something that still has not really hit across the wire. On the 4th of July, there were 402 arrests in not Malibu, but Newport Beach, California. 402 arrests, and no one has talked about it. Why? There's all white kids, all of them. Broke into stores.
Yeah, I heard about that. I did hear something about that. You're right.
Nothing happened.
And they were out of control. Nobody could control them. They were just
right.
Yeah.
And again, that's 402 arrested. So how many were out there? But if they'd been black kids, oh my God, lock the city down, call in the troops. This is and I just the hypocrisy of our media outlets is just crazy to me. But that's all I want to share with you, brother. I really appreciate everything you do, and we'll talk to you soon.
Langston, thanks for your call. All right. Hey, don't forget, since Langston brought up the Lincoln Ware Walking Club, don't forget it's Picture Day this coming Saturday. And come on out and get your pictures taken. Then after you leave the walking club Saturday, you can head on over. They have a men's health fair out there in Forest Park. So you can go on over there. All you fellas, go on over there and check that out. They'll have some free screenings and everything like that. It's at, what's the name of it? It's the park over there in Forest Park. It's called, somebody will let me know on YouTube. But, yeah, go on over there and check that out in Forest Park after you get your picture taken at the walk. And I'm sure Terrence Howard will be there to get his picture taken.
I will, Mr. Ware.
Because you must have a shirt. We're not giving out any shirts, so don't show up and say, I'm going to go get a shirt and get a picture. No, we're not giving out any shirts on Saturday. So if you don't have a shirt, no picture for you.
I have my 4X ready, Mr. Ware.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. That sounds good. All right. 513-749-1230. Elijah. How you doing?
Good afternoon to you.
What's up?
The Most High.
What's up, Elijah?
The Most High.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah. I mean, all day long. Listen, Mississippi James and I have talked in person as well as on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just running around our community trying to be some type of attention getter and a conversation piece and all of that. With me, it's about reality. When I grew up in them years not knowing and being in the Christian delusion and, to live, a lot of things that Terrence got to cover my voice saying, do me like a woman.
You said it.
I know. And I don't mind expressing myself in truth.
Yes.
But I'm able to look back on them times, giving the Most High thanks for the time to look back, and I can see where it's been a humongous lie and insult to me and to my family and to the scriptures, because these damnable people that want to call themselves white and do racism, they're the devils on the planet. And I don't need them tomorrow or the next minute to take care of what I know now. The Most High been speaking all the time. And as he said, when you get quiet and come to listen to me, you will hear me and know that I'm the truth.
No, boy.
So, Lincoln, when people say things like, I got faith, your faith is not supposed to remain magical, like Carol points out. Your faith is supposed to become substantial. It's supposed to become real. And there's nothing real in all the years that I lived in Christianity that's bona fide to talk about nothing but the toilet.
Huh?
That's how substantial it is. All the years that I lived without knowing the truth and knowing the slave antics, the slave practices, the things imagined and not imagined, I'm saying that was a damnable bad expression of life being lived.
Now, you love that life. Look, you love that. You were in the band playing. You were playing, performing for people. You loved that life. You loved it.
That was my job. But we're talking about the Creator now at that time. And the Creator was made out.
You were doing. You weren't even there. You didn't believe in the Creator then. You were not a Hebrew Israelite.
My mother was raising me in the church.
Okay, so yeah, you believed in that God, and you were having a great time. You were living your life.
Yeah, but it was a damnable lie that I was living because it wasn't to the real, true, and living Creator.
Oh boy,
it wasn't to Him. And so, what are you saying when you say, "Oh boy"? Are you saying that's a very light thing, and that's sort of philosophical, and you don't need it and all that?
I'm saying your life didn't get any better after you found out about the Hebrew Israelites and all that stuff. Your life didn't get any better, and it didn't get any worse.
What are you measuring by?
I'm measuring it by what you were doing at the time you didn't know.
At the time that I didn't know, I was busy doing things. I was into my professional life. Even as my daughter Lisa said, I even had my hand as an insurance salesman. So I'm saying now when it comes to me talking about I find the truth, you're trying to disassociate that with my life and my attainments. I'm saying the whole thing that was most important to me, to my heart, was to know the truth of who I was serving and praying to in a truly honest way. And I'm saying it was all a damn lie.
Oh boy, unbelievable!
That whole thing of a white man putting himself on a stick so he can draw glory and attention to himself, like benevolence and all that. You a damn lie.
All right. On that note, I gotta go, Elijah.
Have a blessed day.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thanks for your call. Okay. He says he was living a lie. He was living a lie when he was going to church. He was living a lie when he was entertaining and playing music for people, having a good time, and then he got circumcised and his whole life changed. His whole life changed at the age of 70. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Let's go to Rick Jr. Rick Jr., what's going on?
Pretty good. I haven't talked to you since all that mess happened up there in Washington.
It was something. It was something I wanted to ask you about. I think it had something to do with Columbian School, but I can't think of what it was. But anyway.
Well, think of it, please. That's one of my ultimate favorite topics.
I know it is. I know it is.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna ask you a personal question.
Oh, this is what did you know? Rick Jr., did you know Michael Burks when you were at Columbian?
Michael Burks. That name is familiar, but I didn't know him.
Okay.
Maybe I might have heard that name. Why? Who was he?
That's the Pharaoh.
Oh, no, I didn't know. Okay. No, you guys were much older than us.
Okay.
I went through Columbian from 59 to 66.
Oh, yeah, we were coming out of there then, yes. Yeah. Like 61, 61, I think.
I was jealous of you guys.
Yes.
You know why?
Why?
Because y'all had some pretty girls back then. I remember them older chicks.
Oh, God. Why did I even bring this up?
Yeah, y'all had some good-looking girls. Oh, my God.
Like Terry Gibson. Remember Terry Gibson?
I know,
Jackie
I don't
Ziegler.
Know their name, but I know them when I see them, but I don't know all the names.
Yes. Okay.
I just know what
Rosalind
I
Johnson. I remember Rosemary. What was her name? Rosemary. I can't think of her last name.
Linda Lee?
Who?
Linda Lee.
No, I can't recall her.
Linda Lee.
But anyway, what did you call about today, Rick Jr., if anything?
Oh, I want to talk about, I was going to ask you the first question. Do you believe in voodoo?
You know, I don't want to believe in it, but, it seems like some people have experienced it. And, down in New Orleans and places like that, it scares me. I don't know if I believe it, but it scares me.
I mean, I really believe it. Look, we got voodoo economics.
Oh, my God.
Look at that
I'm not talking about voodoo. I'm talking about real voodoo. And I believe that's why Haiti is in the shape that it's in now, because of voodoo.
Yeah, I mean, that's the origin of it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's what got that senator in trouble.
And I think that's why that's why Haiti is in the shape it's in today, is all that voodoo practicing that they did and just went against nature.
I really believe in voodoo. I mean, look, I believe in one thing, voodoo politics.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask you. Somebody told me. Did you take the sugar cube for polio when you were at Columbian?
Everybody did.
Okay, I just didn't know if they were still doing it when you were there. Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah. Except it was on a Sunday.
On a Sunday? You know, you might.
We had to go.
Well,
we had to go to
now that I'm thinking about it, we may have. It may not have been during school, but I thought it was. But I did hear of sometimes you had to go on the weekends to do it. Yeah. Okay.
I tell you something. Do you remember the voting booths in the gymnasium when they used to?
Yeah, they used to have. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. We couldn't take gym that day on election day because they had the voting booth set up in there. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. But anyway, I am a devout. Next time you talk to Pharaoh, ask him about how strong is voodoo.
Okay.
I mean, does he believe in
I got a little doll here, and it's got your name on it. I'm going to start sticking pins in it.
Well, I'm just thinking about the White House. And now he's gonna put a blockade in that over there in that waterway over in the Middle East. What's that? Where those tankers are going through there.
He's going to put a tariff on all ships that go through the Strait of Hormuz. Yes. He's got a blockade going right now as we speak.
Yeah. And as far as his start in World War III, I told you this before. If you're not worth at least 100 and what? I'd say 30 or 40 million, you got no skin in the game anyway.
All right.
World War III comes out. I mean, if you ain't worth about 130, 140 million, you got no skin in the game anyway.
Rick Jr., I got to go. Thanks for your call.
Okay.
All right. That's Rick Jr., and he did take the polio vaccine in the sugar pill, but it was on a Sunday. Yes. And I do recall having to go in there on a day that was not a school day. So he might be onto something there. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back. 513-749-1230. Want to get your comments on age limits for the Senate, House of Representatives, Supreme Court. Should we really take a hard look at age limits on those on that branch, maybe all three branches of government, age limit on presidents? Let's do it for all three branches of government. Are you in favor of that? Or would you just like, the presidency, term limits, but still, term limits mean nothing if you get elected when you're 80 years old, yeah. So how do you feel about that? Want to get your comments at 513-749-1230. It's the Lincoln Ware Show, 1230. The Buzz.
Bringing you the stories that go beyond the headlines. The Tavis Smiley Show.
This is Tavis Smiley.
Join him every weekday from 7 p.m.
Yo.
All right. Next Tuesday.
Okay.
North Bend STEM is requesting a broadcast. Their event is 5 to 7. Would you be open to doing a 4 to 7 next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Cool. Tomorrow, Lockland Schools is coming in. Bob Long.
Okay.
So what time works tomorrow?
Let's see. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Let's say 11. Yeah.
And then just waiting on CBS. He's checking with Shauna.
Okay.
About
Tomorrow night.
Also, even coming in here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Term limits for all. That's what somebody said. Okay. Oh. At Washburn, it was on a school day. Now, I went to Washburn in the kindergarten and the first grade, but I didn't take the little sugar pill until Columbian. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, till I'll be out in 10 minutes. When the country was created, what was the lifespan of humans? I bet the government was formed. When the government was formed, they didn't expect them to live as long as they are now. That's probably true, too. You're right, Vernon Jordan. I can't remember what happened yesterday, but I can remember stuff that happened 65 years ago. That's what happens when you get up in age. You start remembering all the stuff. Back in the day, I used to walk to school in 10 feet of snow.
Used to walk to school uphill both ways.
Yes, both ways.
Bill Cosby was funny.
Somebody remember it was on a Sunday at Hoffman School.
Okay, I went to Hoffman, but I went there in, let me see, I think it was 87 and 88. 87, 88. That's when I went to Hoffman, those 2 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What grade was I in? I think it was 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th grade. And 5th. I think it wasn't 5th and 6th. I think it was 4th and 5th, I think. Yeah.
Hoffman School. We used to compete against them in gymnastics and track. Pat Diva played dodgeball in the 6th grade. I got shot in the arm at Hyde Park Elementary in 67. Get out of here. When you get older, you reminisce a lot. You do.
I think Rick Jr. had more than one sugar cube. I'm sure of it. I think he slid a few more in there.
Oh, boy. Let's see. When did you go to Hoffman?
I think it was 87 and 88, I think.
Jesus
I was
Christ.
I was in 5th.
Damn.
5th, either 4th. Wait a minute. No, I think it was 5th and 6th grade. Yeah, it was 5th and 6th grade because I remember I had to take the test for the Walnut Hills High School to go there. I took the test. I passed the test, but I had to move back to Alabama, so I didn't get a chance to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. I was where was I working in '87? I think I was working at the Wiz in '87.
Oh man.
Get my everybody, I'm at the Wiz. The Wiz. 1230 WDBZ, the buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And coming up at 1, Reverend Al Sharpton at 1 o'clock. Coming up after the next break, Sheila Gray from Local 12 is coming in to talk about a story she's doing that will air, I think it's Thursday at 6 on Local 12. We'll talk to Sheila coming up in a few minutes. We were talking about age limits for Congress, the Senate, House of Representatives, even the presidency, and for Supreme Court. Definitely. And we got here a former judge, but once a judge, always a judge in my eyes. Judge Tracy Hunter, how you doing today? Hello?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Good talking to you. I haven't heard from you in a long time. I was shocked to see your name up on the screen. I'm like, Tracy Hunter? What's going on, Tracy?
Well, I was actually shocked to get through, but this is an issue that is important to me. The term limits on particularly U.S. Supreme Court justices. As you know, we don't have any. And as a lawyer of over 30 years and obviously having been a judge, I firmly believe that the same types of term limits that apply to, and actually it's an age limit in the state of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people realize that judges in the state of Ohio cannot run after age 70.
Yeah.
And so if they're,
our good friend Melba Marsh, she's termed out, so she's leaving in. She's aged out. She's leaving in December.
Yeah, and that's what's happened to a lot of judges when they suddenly disappeared. I don't know if everybody knows that, but that's, and I'm not sure if it's the same for all states. I just know that the state of Ohio, it definitely is. And then I have, to be honest, close friends that are federal judges, because all of the federal judges have lifetime appointments.
Yeah.
And I even, again, having friends, I just don't believe that that is fair to our democracy, because if you consider how long that it took, for us to even get the first black female Supreme Court justice in the United States.
Yeah, yeah.
And even with her being there, I don't want to say it's a bit ineffective, but they can render it ineffective by the fact that the majority who also has a lifetime appointment. And think about it, Trump appointed a lot of young judges, and he did that intentionally because he knew that they were lifetime. And you can shape over 100 years of legislation. And to me, quite honestly, the judiciary branch, even though it's designed to have checks and balances between the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, truthfully, as far as I'm concerned, the judiciary is the most powerful branch of all, because the judicial branch can actually nullify legislative decisions and render them unconstitutional. And so if you have legislation, of course, that differs in different states, and you get different rulings from different, say, state courts or even federal courts, if it gets up to the Supreme Court, whether it's in the state or whether it gets up federally to the United States Supreme Court, and they have to make a decision between two contradictory rulings in different states or different appellate jurisdictions, once they rule, that becomes law everywhere. And so, to me, that's more power than any other branch, if you really think about it. And even looking at the executive branch, Trump, even recently, one of his executive orders, thankfully, got overturned. Not enough of them. But so you see the power there, and so
right. And some of them hang around a little too long, I think, and you can stay around too long, and then the other party gets a chance to make the appointment if you die in office or something. Like what was her name? Ruth Ginsburg. What was her name?
Ginsburg. Yeah.
She stayed around too long. She died when a Republican was in office, I do believe, and they never got a chance to make the appointment.
Absolutely. And once you have a Supreme Court ruling, I mean, think about how long it took for the Doe decision to get overturned. But it finally did. And it'll be forever in a day for that to be reversed, if at all. And so these decisions, once they're made at the United States or SCOTUS level, it's almost impossible because it becomes precedent law across the United States of America, and it becomes almost impossible to turn over. And so you chip away at it like they've been chipping away finally at our civil rights, but you get the right group of people in there, that right majority, and you see what happens.
And at a young age, they can stay forever. At a young age, you're right.
And it's taken this country backwards, and that's very scary to me. And so I believe that the federal judgeships, I believe, including the U.S. Supreme Court, obviously, I think they should be term limited. I don't think you've talked about this, but it's been far too long that the Electoral College has been replacing its will for the will of the people. I think the Electoral College needs to be gone.
Yeah, that needs to be, I agree.
And then you should have term limits on ages. I believe if you're going to term limit judges in the state, at 70, then I think you should also term limit, the congressional people and all of the other offices. I think it's just fair. And so just because of the damage that they're doing to the United States of America, locally, statewide, as well as federally, I definitely think that something needs to happen. And, we talk about the Electoral College every time the major
every time we talk about it every time. And then it goes away for 4 more years. You're right. Now, let me ask you this before I let you go. I'm running short of time. Well, can you get Amy Acton to pardon you and wipe your record clean if she's elected governor? Can that happen?
I don't want to pardon. I know you don't agree with this, Lincoln. I don't want a pardon. I didn't commit a crime. I want an acquittal. I want a vindication. You can, Dieters, I guess, when he was trying to make it appear that he didn't have anything to do with why I went to jail, when he had everything to do why I was charged and ultimately went to jail, was all Joe Dieters. He then came and said, went to my lawyer and said, you want me to go to DeWine, his best friend, and get her apart? I said, heck, no. You put me here, and I'm not going to let you take credit for making it appear that you have something to do. No, I don't play those kind of games. I will stay here. And I told my lawyers that. And as you know, I stayed in jail.
Yeah.
And so I don't want a pardon, because a pardon is, you're being pardoned. Now, in some instances, don't get me wrong, because there are many, many people that have been in prison for many, many years for crimes that they did not commit. And if that was the only way, for them, and that's the route they had to go, absolutely.
Yeah.
In my case, I didn't commit a crime. I didn't plead to a crime. I was willing to do everything. I took the chance on those 20 years because I was innocent. And that's a hard thing to do. That was not an easy thing to do. But I'm standing, and to be honest, Connie Pillard should just do the right thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that she hasn't really disappoints me.
Well,
but the first,
and she never, and when she comes in here, and she never wants to talk about your case when she comes in here. I don't know why everybody tries to run away from your case, but that's for another. I'm short of time, but we'll talk about that again, and I will continue to lobby Connie Pillage to drop the charges against you and end this thing. This is crazy.
But it is important to know the First District Court of Appeals is ruling on my case right now. I'm waiting for a ruling any day. And they have the opportunity to make this right and to overturn that wrongful conviction. So if the First District Court of Appeals does what they should do based on the law and based on the facts that have been presented before them,
then this will be over.
Even if she is afraid to do the right thing, if they do the right thing, prayerfully, this will overturn that wrongful conviction.
All right, Judge Tracy Hunter, thank you for talking with me this morning. Appreciate it. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and hear from Sheila Gray right here, 1230, The Buzz.
Hey, y'all, what up? This your boy, Ricky Smiley. I want to drop you an invite to something a little more personal. This is Ricky.
All right, before Lincoln comes in, someone asked in the chat, was I from Evanston? Now, I was born in Alabama, Selma, Alabama, but I did live in Evanston when I moved to Cincinnati. I lived in Evanston, Walnut Hills, pretty much quite a few places. But, yeah, when I lived in Evanston as a child, elementary school age, I went to Hoffman for 2 years. I lived on Harvard. I'm going to live right down the street from Hoffman, as a matter of fact, on a Harvard Avenue right off of Merrimack. So I was like walking distance. So just to clarify that.
Commissioner Alicia Reese, it's time to let them know.
It's Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reese and founder of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, inviting you to the free induction ceremony July 25th at noon, honoring the 2026 inductees Heatwave, WCIN, and the Legacy Award going to Regina Bell. With celebrity hosts John Murray and Don Juan Fasho, plus free performances by Shirley Murdoch, Regina Bell, Second Wind, and Midnight Star's 50th anniversary concert. Put on your all-white and march in with Lincoln Ware with the Parade of Stars and help us reach our 350,000 visitors. It's free. We'll see you there. Black Music Walk of Fame.
There he is, Mr. Big-Time Capital One Bank guy.
Mom, please.
Well, look at this Capital One Cafe. I just might move in.
Or just drop by. Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week.
I could put my spoon collection right here by the ATM, yes.
Wow, you weren't kidding, Mom.
I never kid about the spoon collection, son. Oh, hey, what's that thing you always say?
There's no fees or minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
No, the other one.
What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's my boy.
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bank guide for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
Hey, this is Lincoln Ware for Jeff Weiler Eastgate Used Car Mega Store. That's right, 9 different new car brands in one location. Not sure what make or model? No need to drive around town. We are one stop. Over 400 used cars on site. 400 used cars right there on site. All makes, models, sizes, and price ranges. Cars as low as $3,995 with payments as low as $79 and service inspection included. Guaranteed financing, no matter your past or present credit situation. We can get you approved. First-time buyer programs, college grants, incentives, lease, finance, or cash. Visit our friendly staff who are held to a high level of integrity ethics. Come on out to the Jeff Weiler Eastgate Used Car Mega Store, Route 32 in Batavia. Come on over, check us out, Jeff Weiler Eastgate Used Car Mega Store.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org. for a better us.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
The voice of the community. We are 1230 AM The Buzz, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. In the studio with me, none other than my good friend Sheila Gray. And we've known each other how many years now?
You said, I heard you talking to Look. We've been knowing each other a long time. We have known each other for 27 years.
Has it been that long? Yeah, yes. I guess so, because Tia is 36 now, and we were on your show over on Fox 19 one morning.
And my Katie's 32.
Gee.
And how's Tamiko? How's she doing?
She's doing
yeah,
great.
Everybody's
She's doing
good.
great. Everybody's
Sharon
good.
Is okay.
Sharon is still Sharon.
I miss her. I haven't seen you guys out at a show in a while.
I know. We gotta, get. I don't know what's the next Broadway play.
Are they on a little break for summer? I think Lion King was the finale, so maybe back in the fall. I want Ragtime to come back. I love that show.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first show I ever saw at the Aronoff.
Really?
Yeah, when I moved here.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you, you've been busy. You've been busy lately. Local 12, and you guys are having a lot of fun in the morning over there. I saw you this morning.
I love doing that morning show.
That
Thank
African
you.
food. They had some African food on there this morning. Man, I wanted to call you and say, bring me some of that over here.
I could have brought you. Why didn't I not get you a plate?
I don't know. That food.
What is wrong with me? It was delicious.
They're having some kind of African
AfriFest. It's at Sawyer Point on Saturday, and it's a whole bunch of different vendors selling different kinds of African foods. It was delicious.
I tell you, it looked really good.
I
on
love
TV.
all the different fests, don't you?
Yes.
Summer's the best around here.
Now you're working on this story for Thursday at 6 o'clock. Tell us a little bit about it.
I'm excited about it. I just have become friends in the past year with this woman who came here from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
She's had a love for America her entire life, and she was laid off of her job as a journalist in Brazil. So she decided, you know what?
Going through the same stuff we're going through here.
Exactly. I mean, I guess it's worldwide, right?
Yes.
So she decided to come to America, and she loves it here. She's an influencer. She does a lot of content. Her name is Lizzie Oliveira. And you can see her on Instagram. She has a humongous following. And she just reached out when she got in town and said, you know, I'm a journalist too. I'd love to chat with you. So we met up, and we've been friends ever since. And she told me earlier this summer, you know what? I have just joined the Ohio Army National Guard. And I was blown away because here is this woman who hasn't even been in the country a year. She's 39 years old. She's a fitness freak. I mean, this woman is so strong and fit. And I just thought, my goodness, you just came here and you already want to serve our country in the U.S. military. And I thought that would make a great story. And then I just started looking into immigrants in the U.S. military. It's a huge presence. Even just here in the tri-state, there's a large African population here around the Sharonville area, a large Latino population, and a lot of them decide to serve the country because they're so grateful for what our country has given them. And so it's a profile of Lizzie's sort of process, and I went to some drills on a Sunday morning. They were putting them through it.
Okay, so does this help you as far as citizenship? And
it does.
Okay, so that's
if you join the military, by the time you finish basic training, they will have sped up your naturalization process. And so, you can become a U.S. citizen more quickly by serving in our military. If you're here, you know, if
legally,
you're documented, you've got your green card, and you've done everything right, which Lizzie did. And, I mean, this wasn't part of the story, but the process to come here is not easy. She wanted to make sure she did it right. She spent a lot of money on an immigration lawyer who wasn't a fraudster, because a lot of people get, scammed when they're trying to go to a different country. So she was able to, with help from her family, do it the right way, get an immigration attorney. It took almost a year just for her to do that process to be able to come here legally. And she does have her green card, but she wants to be a citizen, and she is doing it now.
Okay. And you said there's a large African population that's joining the...
Yeah. The captain, Captain Ralph Locke with the Ohio Army National Guard in this region, they serve about 6 counties. He told me there is a really big African population around the Sharonville area, and they see a lot of people enlisting who they get great job training. I mean, you know, because you were in the Marines. You can get incredible job training. They have a lot of different career tracks that you can take in the Army National Guard, and they're paying you to get training. And you can enlist for either 3 years or 6. And it sounds like a great path forward for a lot of people, maybe if they don't have an education somewhere else.
They keep you in the country anyway.
Absolutely.
The way they're going.
And if you have parents who are undocumented, they can get something called parole in place, where for a year the government promises not to deport them if they are going through the process then to get everything legalized for them to be living and working in this country. So even for the parents of people who enlist, there's a huge benefit, which I did not know I didn't
know about that either
until I started looking into it. And this Ohio Army National Guard in our area, incredible. I mean, just top-notch training. the boot camp the drill sergeant.
That boot camp might set a lot of people back. I'm sure.
I bet you that would give you some flashbacks, my friend. I was sitting there.
I don't want to have any boot camp flashbacks. Trust me.
I'm telling you what. I was in the corner watching, and it was stressing me out, and I didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah. Boot camp can be tough. That's for sure.
I'm quite sure. So they're going through these drills right now. The National Guard does drills for them to get them ready for basic training, just so they're not completely, like deer in the headlights when they get to basic training.
And I thought about that a lot of times. I said, man, I should have prepared a little more than I did.
What did you know?
Boot camp. I know I did. I thought I saw a few push-ups, a few running a couple of laps, and you're good to go. But no, it was a lot different.
Did you have any really terrible things happen to you, or
man, let's see.
Did you get sick, or?
I didn't get sick, but the bad thing was we were in South Carolina. And on the beach, Paris Island is near swampy area, and you had to stand at attention, and these fleas would get on you and bite, and you could not move.
Oh,
you
my
just
gosh.
had to you just had to stand there, because if you moved, then the whole platoon would have to do push-ups.
Oh, my
if
gosh.
anybody moved,
Yeah.
and you just had to stand there and take all the flea bites.
That's awful.
They call them sand fleas. Yeah.
Oh, those or no-see-ums they call them, I think, in Florida, because you can't see them, right?
I don't know,
They're just
but
biting
all
you.
I know, you could feel them biting you, and you couldn't move. And then one day we had to get on a bench, put our knees on a bench, and hold the rifles out in front of us. And your arms get tired because the rifle was there, and your knees were hurting, and then you just fall over, and then you had to do it again. It was a nightmare. It wasn't easy.
Wow.
So I feel for those people.
Yes.
Believe me, they were probably hating themselves for joining at that time. Yes.
You know what that says to me? It's just incredible that people will go through suffering and pain like that.
Yes.
For our freedom.
Yeah.
To keep us safe. That's incredible to me.
But so how long are they in the National Guard? Are they in there?
You can sign
What
up for
happens?
either 3 years or 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they do that, and it helps them. It speeds up the process to becoming a citizen.
And
That's
they can
not
get
bad.
great training and networking, and I'm sure it really gives them a boost for their future in this country.
All right. Someone has a question. Gerald Prophet, you have a question for Lisa.
Yeah, I kind of have
I
just
said Lisa.
total 100% in agreement, because I did 17 years in the National Guard and 3 years active duty, and that's what astonished me, is that you would be surprised in the National Guard when you see a group of soldiers. You may see them as being black, but some of them were not born in America.
Mm-hmm.
They were very much so citizens born in another country.
Yeah.
So what she's saying, and I did this in 1986. That's when but I didn't get into the Guard until 89. And I was involved in a 2x4 program. And what that means is that I said I was going to do 2 years active duty and 4 years in the Guard. And like I said, I ended up doing, the total 20.
Wow.
Just to say, my brother can tell you more about that than I, because when you travel, that's when you really see the soldiers that you would think African American, but they are African and so much born in another country, and it's all kind of races.
Yeah.
You got Italian and other kinds that we let get citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's been going on since 1986, because that's when I went down to 550 Main Street.
Incredible.
But
Well, thank you for your service, first of all.
Close out with, that's what more of our kids need to be doing that's born in America. I don't understand it.
Yep.
Why we don't have a serious black presence, and I'm talking about African Americans, in the military today.
I feel like we take things for granted that people from other countries don't.
Oh,
don't
man.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, that may be it. I'm confused, but that's okay.
All right.
I put my brother out there. He didn't want to talk me into joining the military, so maybe it's not happening in their families or something. But yeah,
Maybe not, but incredible that you served for that long, not even going into it thinking about that. And
greatest part-time job ever.
Yeah.
You get the extra income, and then you had opportunities where, things would happen in the state, and you could volunteer to work. And I worked at a job where they would let me double dip. I had 22 days of military leave, talking about taking advantage.
Wow.
I would get paid doing my Guard thing, as long as it was in the state of Ohio, and then I would get paid for my job for 22 days a year.
That's incredible.
Hey, Gerald, thanks for your call.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Gerald.
Thank you.
All
And
right.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
All right, Sheila Gray, and the story comes up
6 o'clock on Thursday
6 o'clock
evening,
Thursday.
and then it'll be on Friday morning with us as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
So and we're going to see a lot of boot camp, going on there. I'm
There's
gonna
a little
watch
bit
it
of
just-
yelling. Yeah, watch it with the sound down, Lincoln.
Yeah, do they yell? Are they yelling
Oh,
at them?
yeah, they
okay,
yell
they're
at
doing
them.
the whole. That's the way they do it. I'm telling you.
The guy who was the drill sergeant that day had just gotten done with 9 weeks of drill sergeant training.
Oh boy,
he
So
was
I know-
ready to go.
I
sir.
know he was ready to
Yes,
show his
sir,
stuff.
He was.
Let me show you what I learned.
He was.
Yes. Unbelievable. So we will look for you on Thursday, 6 o'clock, Local 12, Sheila Gray. And, of course, you're on every morning on Local 12. And
Thank
you
you.
guys do a great job there.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to have been here this long, and I love my job. And I feel like the luckiest girl in the world.
The luckiest redhead in the world. All right, I'll see you at the Aeronaut, I'm sure, soon when they bring the new series in.
All right, hug the family, Lincoln.
All right.
Thank you.
Sheila Gray, always great talking to you.
Always great seeing you, my friend.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, 12:30, The Buzz.
What's happening, good people? It's your cousin Trip Fontaine, and this is the Trip After Dark podcast.
So I told him to go to therapy. I don't need therapy. I don't need to talk to no stranger about, like, what? All my stuff is fine.
One of the things I've been thinking about when we talk about safety is harm. When I talk about accountability and we talk about love, we have to consider we do each other harm.
This is the Trip After Dark podcast. Listen on the Trip After Dark app and urban1podcast.com.
What happens when someone calls 911? A calm voice answers. A trained professional takes control. Help is on the way because of them. Now you can be that voice. Join Cincinnati's team of first responders as an emergency 911 operator at the Cincinnati Emergency Communication Center. For over 95 years, Cincinnati Emergency Communication Center has answered a call. Now we're looking for more people like you, focused, compassionate, and ready to make a difference. Learn more about the role and apply today by visiting cincinnati-oh.gov/ECC. Applications closed July 20th.
Come vibe with us at Paycor Stadium, the 2026 Cincinnati Music Festival, presented by P&G. July 23rd, 24th, and 25th is going to be lit.
Now, I was telling you that so I can fix the camera before we went live on the air. I wouldn't have to be.
Oh, God. No, I wasn't offended, Mr. Ware.
Okay.
When am I ever offended by
When you
what
say, yes, sir,
said?
yes, sir.
Yeah. You should be used to be by now, Mr. Ware. I say stuff just to be funny, I just say stuff just to be funny sometimes. Mr. Ware.
I bet you those Africans, they say, let me join the reserve. I mean, the National Guard.
Yeah.
So they won't deport me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I figured you would be tall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yep. Tall redhead.
I'm glad she knows how to talk into the mic. She did a great job.
Oh, yeah. Add Sheila Gray to the list of white women Lincoln has brought to the black community. Where the white women at, Terrence?
Oh, boy.
These folks are crazy. Oh, jeez.
I wonder why she decided to leave Fox 19, though. I wonder.
Well, the general manager over at he left Fox 19 and went to Channel 12, went to Local 12, and he lured her over there. But she had to go to Dayton for 6 months because they had a non-compete.
Really? Oh.
So she had he put her at the station in Dayton. He was general manager of the station in Dayton.
Man.
Also, so he moved her up there for 6 months, and then she came back here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, that's some power right there. Huh?
I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, that's them consolidating. He's a GM here, GM there. That cuts out one GM.
Boy.
We have to pay.
Oh, man.
That's how they do it.
One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
1230 The Buzz. Streaming live on your computer. Log on to thebuzzcincy.com.
The Laffy Taffy. The Laffy Taffy. I can't help but saying that every time I hear that song. 1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Don't forget, I'll be out at Jeff Weiler this coming Saturday. And we're back. Jeff Weiler is back. And I'm back on the road in a Jeff Weiler vehicle. How about that?
Now, what are you driving right now, Mr. Ware?
Buick Enclave.
Enclave?
Buick
Okay.
Enclave, yeah.
I'm trying to see if I've seen it in the garage. Is it white?
I don't know. It's black.
It's black, okay.
Black on black in black.
Uh-oh.
And the windows, I don't know. I haven't been in it at nighttime yet. So I don't know. Those windows are tinted and it's dark during the day. So I don't know what's going to happen at night.
Oh, boy.
With those tinted windows. I don't know.
You and Miss Sharon can have some private time, Mr.
boy.
Ware.
Yeah, we could stop on the way home. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Pull over in this lot over here. Yeah.
There you go.
Unbelievable. Only you would think of that. Only you. All right. But yeah, I'm in one of those Buick Enclaves. And but I tell you, you got to see this Jeff Weiler Route 32. Like I say, it's like a whole city out there. They have, car dealership after car. They've got Chevrolet, Kia, Mazda, you name it. They've got them out there. And then they got the mega used car stores, which is where I'll be on Saturday. So come on out and check us out. Saturday, we're doing Talk on the Buzz from noon to 2. So all you YouTube folks, if you don't have anything to do on a Saturday from noon to 2, tune in to YouTube. Or come on out. Yes. All right. Let's move along. Looks like Ron Dula. Ron Dula, what's going on?
Hey, Lincoln.
Yes.
If you take that car out at night, what's going to happen? It's going to get darker, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you ain't going to be able to see. Don't you take that car out at night?
I'll just roll the window down.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm on the street where I can't see, I'll just roll the window down.
Boy, I done it. But, okay, listen. Now, they said we had 600,000 votes left on the table last week, right?
600,000 black votes were left on the table.
600,000. Now, we have to get those black people engaged in the conversation.
Well, how do we do that?
And, I will take the first $100 if I get 9 other people to get a raffle going, a call-in raffle, so that if you say a word or a word or somebody says a word that you pick out during the conversation, during the buzz conversation, then they can call in and get a 500 or 5,000 or 1,000, some type of, award to where they listen, and we get, they get some type of something.
You can't pay people to vote. You can't pay people to vote.
I'm sorry?
You can't pay people to vote.
No, I'm not saying pay people to vote. I said if I get 9 other people to donate the first the $900 or $100, I will donate the first $100, and you can get $100 for listening that day. A contest, a call-in contest. If you have a word or somebody says something,
that won't work. I hate to burst your bubble, but
no. Well, why won't that work?
It just
say give a ticket, give tickets. Give tickets for a caller.
Why can't people just want to vote? Why can't we just
at the end of the show
tell people?
At the end of the show, you say a word that you pick out a word that a conversation that we somebody had, and you pick out a word.
Oh my God.
And say the first new caller that calls in gets the tickets. And they can engage in the conversation. New people can engage in the conversation.
Hold on a second. Just stop. Please stop. Okay. Engaging in a conversation and actually getting somebody to get up off their ass and go out and vote, it's just two different things. I mean,
okay. Well, if
you got to want to vote. You've got to want to participate in this government. You got to want to do it.
But if they don't know of what significance it has for them voting, they don't know to vote. So we have a conversation every day about voting, about Trump, and we don't have new people engaging. Everybody else is we hear the same conversation every day. We need to go ahead.
And if they don't, and right, you're right. Stop right there. You're right. You hear the same conversation about how bad Trump is and how he's, cutting poor folks out and giving money to the rich. That should be enough right there. Cutting your insurance, gas prices going up high because he started this war with Iran. If that's not enough to motivate you to get out and vote, I don't know what is.
So wait a minute. So how come you don't want to give people engaged in that conversation? Like I said, it's just getting
having
people
a contest,
engaged.
and this is not the people who will participate are the people that are probably already voting.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. If people want something, everybody wants something. If you have tickets, if you have $100 a day, if by the end of the day, if somebody calls in and engages in the conversation,
it's too complicated. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's going to take responsibility for that. You giving money and somebody else giving money, and then we give. That's not how it works.
People get tickets all the time. You can leave tickets at the door, downstairs. You can leave $100
as a radio station. We're not doing that. It won't work, Ron Dula. I got to run. I've got news coming up. Thanks for your call. 12:30, The Buzz.
12:30 a.m. WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
In the latest news, bond is being denied for a man charged in connection with the shooting deaths of 3 people in Cincinnati's Millville neighborhood. The victims were fatally shot at a Millville Court birthday party on June 20th. 62-year-old James Lewis has been indicted on multiple counts of murder. The volatile situation in Iran continues to play a role in the price at the pump. AAA reports the average price of regular fuel in Cincinnati this week is now $3.71 per gallon, 26 cents higher than the price 1 week ago. The average cost of a gallon of regular fuel in the state of Ohio now sits at $3.78 per gallon. And in Clinton County, former Clarksville Village Mayor John Neely Jr. is being accused of theft in office. Neely is accused of depositing village money into his own personal account, sometimes into his wife's account, and sometimes just cashing checks outright. About $50,000 went missing. Neely has been indicted on charges including theft. That's your news. I'm Adam Zellick on 1230 The Buzz.
1230 The Buzz, WDBZ, a Radio 1 station.
Mama, come here quick. Bring that licking stick. That's a James Brown song. I'm trying. We can't play regular music because of YouTube, and I'm just trying to make them sound better.
That's kind of the reason why I picked this song, because I'm like, it does sound a little
like some James Brown stuff.
James Brown song.
Yeah. Like James Brown was at an orphanage or somewhere. I don't know. Unbelievable. All right. 513-749-1230. We had some audio on the what was that?
There was an update on the Nolan Wells case.
Yeah, the Nolan Wells case. And we'll hear from one of his friends and the guy that was in the video or something. Let's listen to what an update on that case.
Back here in the U.S. now, we have new reporting tonight on that mysterious death of an 18-year-old Nolan Wells. For the first time tonight, we now hear from one of the last people to see him alive. Aaron Katursky in Mississippi.
Tonight, we're hearing from a friend of Nolan Wells who was with the 18-year-old on that isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast July 4th, the last day Wells was seen alive.
It breaks our heart that we can't even fully grieve our friend because we're scared.
Trayston Shepard says he and his friends are now getting threats, and he declined to speak with us on camera. But he addressed this social media video that's part of the investigation. Shepard says he's the one heard arguing from the boat, not Wells.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met. Wells did not have his phone, but his friend tells us that's not unusual while swimming.
When Nolan got in the water, he put his phone on the dash, also with probably other 15 phones.
His parents say Nolan Wells went nowhere without his phone, but on July 4th, he left it behind in the boat. We're in about 2-3 feet of water, and so people hop over the edge and swim to shore. Nolan Wells! The community is clamoring for answers. Are you on any timetable here?
I think it's important that we don't put ourselves on a timetable. It's important to be diligent in gathering all the facts. That's what the family deserves.
We're also learning tonight, David, the local district attorney is involved in the case, though so far there's no evidence to suggest what happened to Nolan Wells involved a crime.
All right. An update on that case. And, man, that's, boy, Ben Crump is down there, and he's working on it. And they're supposed to get the autopsy. They had a private autopsy done also. I didn't listen to the whole news case right there, news report, but did he say anything about the autopsy?
No.
Okay. But that's supposed to take place, so we'll see. In the studio with me, none other than our good friend, Alicia Reese. Alicia, what's going on? Give us a county update.
You want to get the county
report? Yeah, we're due for the county report. What's going on? And of course, I know we had the 513 relief bus, had a guy over here from the county. Yes. And Ryan Braun talking about the event tomorrow at the county building. So there you go.
Well, a couple things, Lincoln. The thing that's happening tomorrow, everyone who has a disability, I hear people all the time said, where's my disability benefits? I ain't heard back, or I have a child that should be getting disability. I don't know how to do it. One of the things with the 513, this is part of the 513 Relief Bus series. And one of the things I said with the bus was that we need to have certain days that we do a big day and we focus on it. So we've done, we had our kickoff, remember, at Corinthian, that's everything Hamilton County. We had the youth employment down at the West End, and over 1,000 youth with jobs. We've had physicals on the bus. So we had our senior citizen day. They came out in the thunder and the lightning, and it was packed with seniors, helping seniors with their gas and electric and everything senior citizen. So now it's everything with people with disabilities. And there's a lot of different disabilities. And so if you have a disability, if you have a child with a disability, this is the time to come. We're going to be at our new facility in Bond Hill, and we're going to have the 513. We're going to have the 513 relief bus. And we have a report, Lincoln. I tell everybody, get this report, because this 513 relief bus has been amazing. So please get a copy of the report. Those who are watching on YouTube, we have a report. Everything we do, Lincoln, we got to measure it. We've got to measure it. And this bus has provided over 60,000 services so far, free for everybody. This bus has helped save money. When we do the free physicals and the free blood pressure checks and all that, you got to put a copay. I had to go get my blood pressure checked. And a lady came in there and said, how would you like to pay this, cash or card? But by the way, don't let the blood pressure go up. And I'm thinking, after you done sent me the bill.
Yes.
So this is no copay. And so we have saved a lot of folks dollars. Physicals, we saved $96,000. Biometric screenings, we saved the taxpayers $88,000. Our physicals with the youth, over $7,000. And Lincoln, with free birth certificates, we have saved the taxpayers $35,530. So get the report. So this is another piece of our series. This will be, I think, our third year doing it. Everything with disabilities. If you're looking for a job and you're disabled, you need to be over there.
Yeah.
If you're talking about you ain't heard back from the state or the federal government, they're going to be there to look up your disability. If you have a child and you say, what kind of benefits can I get? You come over there. And they've got a whole lot more health care, all the things you need to know about people with disabilities. The other thing is DDS has moved into that building.
Right.
So in that building, we got veterans, we got DDS, disabilities, we got the health department is in there, we got jobs and family services. So it's a one stop. So when you come over there, you can be a part of that. Veterans, you got some disabilities, they can help you, or they can get you with the Veteran Services Office. So please, tomorrow, it starts at 10 a.m., get to Bond Hill, to our campus with the 513 relief bus, everything disability. And a lot of times, Lincoln, we don't find out what we got. We just say, oh, go on in there and wrap your leg. We don't really help it, or go on over here. And, we never get all of the benefits. So please come out. This is Disability Month. The number one minority group are people with disabilities. So that's the first thing on Hamilton County Report. The second thing, Lincoln, we had the Small Business Day. And I remember when I first came with the idea, they said, hey, is anybody going to come out? And every year we have 1,000 small businesses. But we don't come out with just some leaflets passing out and say, go home and get on the computer. I want real things, the deal room. And so this year, our money, everybody's money's getting cut. I said, can we please just try to scrounge up at least enough to get at least to $200,000? And the people could apply there. And then they had to take 2 classes. And what we did was have the workshops right there. So that's your 2 classes. And so last week or 2 weeks ago, I think it was last week, we presented the checks to the small businesses. So the $200,000 went from an idea, went from the Sharonville Convention Center, went from the computers that we set up to the small businesses. In this economy, they got checks, and some of them was $10,000, $5,000. Really? Yes. And this, you don't have to pay it back. We don't have to come and get a piece of your business. And so that happened last week. We were out there, and the Board of Commissioners, we were there, and we gave the checks. So something did happen. People say, what happened? Something happened. I saw those businesses. I saw them get checks. And so that was happening. What's my lady with the peach cobbler?
What is it? The auntie?
Aunties. Yeah. She came in on a walker. She done got a check. So I'm just saying, small businesses did get help. So that's another thing that, and we, of course, it's in addition to the $17 million we've done for small businesses. The third thing is your gas and electric done went up. They're talking about another 31%. I don't control the gas and electric, but I am an elected official, and I know that this is going to hurt people. And I spoke out against it, but I wrote a letter to Governor DeWine, and I asked for three things. Number one, a moratorium on any going up on gas and electric in this tough economy. Two, that he contact the PUCO, who are his appointments.
Yes,
they're
Public
appointed by the
Utilities
governor.
Commission. Yes.
And tell them we can't afford to go up at this time in this economy. And then the third thing is I asked for $1 million. They've got some money up there. Give us $1 million to Hamilton County and get through our bus. And we can help get the money to the people to help them with their gas.
Have you heard back? Is he going to do it?
Oh, man, I'm calling. It's crickets. The man's crickets. I mean, usually he get back with it. But we're going to still keep the pressure on. We just can't let the bills go high and don't nobody say nothing, because he'll say, I ain't heard from nobody. Seems like everything's fine. So that's the other thing that's happening. Last but not least, on the county report, well, not the last part, but we're dealing with the children's levy. I'll come back to tell you more about it. It's a tough decision because we're talking about a 75% increase on your property taxes. And people right now are having a tough time. And these are usually people who support, because we all support our children. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
We got to help the children. One of the things I put on the table, they got to look into it. I said to Jeff Aludo, like, we got to be more creative. We can't do it like we used to do it. We can't put all the costs on grandma and grandpa.
Throw a levy on
and all that.
Yeah,
Get a levy. But Lincoln, don't you think it's odd that when it comes to the stadiums, they only had to get one vote? They don't have to go back to the taxpayers since, 1997? But children's levy, the children, the foster kids, they got to come every year and beg to please help the children. I said, we need to reverse it. So I've asked for the administrator to look into, let's take the half-cent sales tax that we're putting for the stadiums and borrow against the future earnings, because that's what we're going to pay, and let that pay for the children, and then put the stadiums on the ballot. Let the billionaires go to the ballot, and let the children be funded. So it sounds like a common sense approach.
Yes.
But a lot of times when they say, everybody going to say, I love the kids, and they cry.
Right.
Yeah, I love them. But then when you come in and say, well, wait a minute, let's switch. Billionaires, you got to go to the ballot because you got money to get to the ballot. And children, you're funded permanently. And so I've asked to do that. And, of course, you know, they'll come with, wait a minute, and we ain't never done it. We doing some things we ain't never done. So my goal is to bring that down. 75% is going to be tough, and I don't want to put the children at risk. We putting them out there and putting them, we putting them on the ledge. And then the billionaires.
Same thing with the schools.
Yeah, the billionaires, they're guaranteed they ain't got to come see us but one time.
One time.
And remember when I tried to get the Bengals, I said, put this back on the ballot so the people can speak.
Oh, boy.
And if the people say, and the people can say.
I know they didn't want that. I know they didn't want
it. If they don't want it, the children don't want to have to go to the ballot. So anyway, my point is we got to look creatively. We don't have a lot of time. But I say let's comb everything, because we definitely want to support our children, our future, and our community. Last but not least, Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, which we use funding from hotel motel tax. That's how we fund it. I said we don't want no property taxes and all that. We're gonna use the hotel motel. So when the Music Fest comes to town, they talking about $107 million plus dollars. They got the highest hotel rates in the whole year. Now maybe you might have one concert where they go up on the price. We talking about every year. And you come in, they don't want you to have no towels, one bar of soap, and you know what I'm saying? Pay up front. You had to pay, 3 months ago, 2 days, 2 to 3 days stay. So you have all these things that happen, high demand. So my point is we put some of those dollars toward, we've never put it back in the black community. We get the consumer money from the black community, and then it goes to other projects. And we saying take a little small slice, which is very small, and put toward the Black Music Walk of Fame. So the Black Music Walk of Fame is free, and then all the other stuff, Lincoln, I got to go out and raise the funds, okay? So when people come in, I got to get Procter & Gamble to pay for the stars. I got to go out and raise the fund. When I got the Q Kids, I got the Gold Star come in and say, we'll pay for the Q Kids. I mean, these are the type of things, and then we're giving you free entertainment. So the date is July 25th. It's a Saturday. Start lining up early. Seating, first come, first serve. General admission seating, first come, first serve. We're going to march in, and it's indoor and outdoor. Regina Bell's going to perform, and we also got, she's going to perform her songs, and Shirley Murdoch's going to perform her songs. Mm-hmm. And this is all free. Second Wind's going to perform, kicking everything off. And then John Murray is back as a national host. So we're putting this thing together. If you've never been to the Grammys, you get a chance. You ain't never been to the BET Awards, you get it. Ain't never been to the Tonys, you get a chance to be a part of this. And then Midnight Star, this is their 50-year anniversary of performing, and then they're going to perform at the end of the ceremony. So it's going to be a great thing. We're honoring WCIN. Now, Lincoln, I don't know where you find, and somebody done posted their business card. So it's a lot of people came through WCIN. We're going to be honoring them. First black radio station in Cincinnati, in Ohio, from here to the Mississippi River. We also are going to go with Heat Wave. We're honoring them. Original members are coming. One coming from the UK, so they're coming. So Lincoln, they're coming. Tyrone Dubois. For top influencer, Vicky V, she can't make it back, but she said, she's sending people. And then M80 also, and Mr. Keith Little, the blues man. So we're honoring all these folks. Come on out. It's free. I got free parking for you at the lot next to the Walk of Fame. Don't go to every lot. We right next to the Walk of Fame. That's the one. You won't be able to stay for the festival. You got to leave after we get done. Don't say, I'm going to get there and I'll stay there for the festival. You got to pay the
I get a bus home and leave my car there.
Yeah, can't do it. I want to thank Miss Viola Brown. We got Lincoln. We got seniors. We got buses for seniors. They leave from Corinthian, but you had the RSVP. And as soon as we got going, the buses are full.
They're already
buses
full.
are coming. Churches are coming in vans. I got a group coming from Michigan. They coming in 4 sprinters to come down there. I mean, they coming. Now Chicago done called and said, wait a minute, we want to come. And then Lincoln, we're going to march everybody in for the Parade of Stars with the Q Kids leading us in, Lincoln Ware leading us in. And that Parade of Stars is so important because why? We got a clicker. Now, Lincoln, we're the only event, okay? And we're the county. Mm-hmm. I'm a county commissioner. They don't put a clicker on me. There's no clicker on Blink. There's no clicker on Smale Park. Nothing free has a clicker. Washington Park ain't got no clicker. We go down there for the Friday flow. Everybody just throwing numbers out there. We have a clicker that tells you what time you came in and how many people came in. Mm-hmm. And so we have to do that because they're trying to show ain't nobody down there. Now, I want to tell you, the clicker has shown we're over 300,000.
And for some reason, people who are in charge of people come to town, they forget about the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. I was at the 6 in the morning restaurant over for breakfast Sunday. Some lady was in here for a family reunion. She said, "Oh yeah, I went to the Freedom Center. Yeah. I went to the Freedom Center. Yeah, I'm walking down." Yeah. I said, did you hear about the Black Music Walk of Fame? She said, "No, I didn't hear about that."
Yeah, you know why, Lincoln? We are not in, and I got Jackie Taggart Boyd, who used to be at the tourism. Now, we got some new leadership and working and hoping to get more partnerships. Number one, we do not have a brochure for the Black Music Walk of Fame. Mm-hmm. Number two, we have no marketing budget for the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. That's why this weekend is so important. And then number three, when they come to town, because Lincoln, I sat in my car and watched the tour buses. I was right across from the Freedom Center, and I support the Freedom Center. I watched them come out. Nobody told them. I walked up to them. They said, "Where is it?" So we have no one saying, go to the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest with you, because I support, I always have supported the Freedom Center, helped them with funding and everything. But what they try to do now, that when the Black Music Walk of Fame showed up, then they try to say, well, you only go to the Freedom Center because they control the Freedom Center, right? Go there. All of a sudden, the Freedom Center winning all these awards, which is great. I've been trying to get them awards before. But when the Black Music Walk of Fame shows up, well, we prefer, let's send everybody over there. And then the Freedom Center started doing music. I said, wait a minute, I voted for the first $10 million. When did the Freedom Center start having music? and all of a sudden, because with us, they find that we only can have one thing. But let me just say this. When you go down to the banks, you got a football stadium for the Bengals, and you got a baseball stadium for the Reds. And then even though we got two stadiums, FC said we got to have our own stadium. And then you go to college, you got a Xavier got to have a arena, and UC got to have theirs. When it comes to the black community, one, they don't want you to really do much unless they control it. But two, we can't have more than one thing. And that was the challenge. We have a Black Music Walk of Fame that's not a Freedom Center. Then we got a Freedom Center that talks about freedom and slavery and all those things. So I am determined that out of 198 acres, we can have more than one thing. And then Lincoln, here comes the park board comes, and they building a $5 million wall.
Yeah.
We got to put our names on something. And then they got construction going to try to stop us to not have the people down on July 25th. They said construction will be over, and you go down there, and it's a whole bunch of names.
I got a break. Terrence Howard says we got to take a break.
Okay, you got to take a break. But everybody, July 25th, that's why we got Purpose. Come on out. It's free. And I'm working as hard as I can to make it classic.
And you need to save your voice between now and next week.
That's why I'm drinking this here.
I know. You got to stop talking between now and next week so you have your voice for the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame induction.
I got to keep talking because we ain't in no brochures. We ain't got nobody's trying to help us. And please, y'all, come on down on July 25th. We're all white. Peace.
All right, Alicia Reese, always great to get that county report and a report on the 513 relief bus and a report on the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back 12:30. The Buzz.
Lincoln Ware is on demand. On demand. That's right. Listen to the Lincoln Ware Show when you want. Oh, I like that. Get all the news and info, world events, entertainment, sports, and everything happening in and around Cincinnati and the tri-state. On demand. The Lincoln Ware Podcast. Go get it right now. Wherever you get your podcasts. Or go to thebuzzcincy.com and click on Lincoln Ware Rewind.
Here at Urban One, we pride ourselves on supporting local and national Black-owned businesses throughout all of our radio markets. Since we began our Buy Black campaign, we like to spotlight some familiar and unfamiliar businesses in our communities. From arts and crafts, restaurants, clothing and apparel, heating, technology, electrical. One thing is true, Black folks have a business for everything you need, want, or could imagine. So let's show some love to all local and national Black-owned businesses, because when you spend money with the Black-owned business, you are helping your community as well as helping yourself. The business is for.
All right.
Yeah. Blame me for telling her we got to go to break. Yeah, Terrence Howard said go break. You know, he the boss around here. This is Terrence Howard show. You know, you the boss.
I blamed you. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just blamed you. Terrence Howard says we got to go to break.
Yeah. That's the first. Yeah.
Make Terrence the bad guy.
There you go.
Yep. Yep, Alicia, Terrence told me to tell you got to stop talking and we got to go to break.
Yep.
I'm trying to let you talk, but Terrence told me I had to go to break.
I'm going to fire Lincoln Ware if you don't stop talking, lady.
Here today. 12:30 a.m. The Buzz, your talk station.
I could tap off that song. That's, I've been taking tap dance lessons, and that would be a good song for me to do some tap on. Yeah. All right, and I'm telling you, it really brings your heart rate up. Tapping. It really it's some good exercise in doing that.
Now, how does it affect your knee? Your knees. How does that affect your knees? The tapping.
I've been doing pretty good so far. Not hurting. Okay. Because you're more like. It's all in your feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all in the feet. So the knees haven't been bothering me. But I forgot my brace the other day. We were walking, and I kind of had a little limp going on there.
Oh, boy.
Sandra Jones noticed, of course.
Yeah.
Lincoln, did you put that thing in your shoe? Because you look like you limp. She never misses a thing.
That's mama right there. That's mama. Yeah.
All right. Let's move along. Let's see. Who's been holding on the longest?
Let's go to someone short-winded because, we got a break coming up.
That's right. I was late for break. Let's see. Carol Lynn might be short-winded. Carol Lynn, how are you?
Yes, Lincoln. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hi. I just heard President Reed. Did she mention anything about the seniors with the bus? Is it full?
I think she said they were full. It was full, but I'll catch her on the way out. She's next door at 100.3. But I think she said the buses leaving from Corinthian are full. But I'll find out for sure.
Give the phone number out.
Well, that's why
I've been waiting.
I think she gave it out maybe a few weeks ago when she was in here. But I will, as soon as we go to break again, because I ran over last time, we got another break coming up. I will run next door and ask her, and we'll do that, all right?
Please do. Thank you, Lincoln.
Carol Lynn, thanks for your call. We got Doug Springs, Stefan, David Whitehead, all holding on. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and I promise you we'll get to everybody between now and 1 o'clock right here on 1230, The Buzz.
Looking for a podcast that delves into the intricacies of love and relationships? Look no further than Dear Future Wifey. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this podcast is a perfect place to engage in thoughtful discussions about relationships. Join us on a journey of exploration and recovery as we explore the world of love and discover the secrets to successful relationships. Tune in every week for new episodes on the Urban One Podcast Network. Go to urbanonepodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
To save their university, the Fisk Jubilee Singers brought African American spirituals to the nation and beyond. Discover the story of the Fisk Jubilee Singers for a limited time in the city where their first tour started back in 1871. Jubilation, Ambassadors on a Sacred Journey, is open at the Freedom Center now through July 26. Learn more and plan your visit at freedomcenter.org. freedomcenter.org.
Council on Aging is celebrating 55 years of service to older adults, people with disabilities, and caregivers in our community. When you need help for yourself or an older loved one, contact Council on Aging for unbiased advice, information, and connection to community resources. Details at 513-721-1025 or online at help4seniors.org. That's help, the number 4, seniors.org.
Finding great candidates.
Somebody called in and said, I was just listening to the Dukester talk about his Wednesday. I said, ma'am, you listen to an old broadcast.
Maybe they listen to the wrong show.
They listen to the old broadcast.
Yeah, you got to make sure you click the one that says live.
Yeah, you got to click on that one. That's what I told her. She was a nice lady, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart, so I didn't give her a hard time. I just took my time and explained to her that that's the wrong one. So.
Now, when you get a chance, look at the Hines brothers tap on YouTube.
Yeah.
Man, those cats could go. Man. Gregory Hines, his brother. Oh, man. You going to watch and you be like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch his movies back in the 80s. I think he had a couple of movies out there. Hey, he was one of them buddy movies. Wasn't he like a cop or something?
Gregory Hines?
Yeah, he was in one of those cop buddy movies. Anyway, let me answer the phone. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, it was Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal. Yeah,
I
I
can't
see it.
remember
Yeah.
the name of it.
Running Scared.
Is that what it was? Running
That's
Scared?
what somebody said. Running Scared with Billy Crystal. I don't know. Yeah, Running Scared. That was the name of it.
I remember they were in that music video, Chant Sweet Freedom with, what's his name? Michael McDonald, I think.
Oh, okay.
Of the Doobie Brothers. Michael McDonald. You ever heard of Doobie Brothers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went solo.
Yep.
Back in the 80s, I think.
Yep. They had some good, Doobie Brothers had some pretty good songs.
Yeah, they did. They did, yeah.
The engineer needs to raise this camera up. He said you can do it because the screen, you can't see the screen. He said you can do it.
Well, he's going to set it up so that I can do it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, stand by.
Okay.
1230 AM WDBZ, your talk station.
.1230 WDBZ, the buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Let's see, we're going to go by how long you've been holding. Now, so Stefan has been holding the longest, then Doug Springs, David Whitehead, and Janice coming up. Stefan, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Brother Lincoln. How you doing, man? You and brother that I don't like, but I love him.
Okay. He's doing all right.
How you doing, good brother? I'm going to do my best. And God going to do the rest. But Lincoln, Ware? I heard the grocery store, they came on yesterday.
Yeah.
And excuse me.
Are you getting choked? You getting choked up? You can't talk with mouth food in your mouth. How you talking with food in your mouth?
Now I get choked up, Brother Lincoln, how they playing black people, brother. You know, I heard what they said. Somebody ran in there with guns and that and all this.
Yeah.
Man, that's a sad situation. But they should have went across the street with the guns and making $1 million a year.
Yes.
They went in the wrong place.
Yes.
But anyway, Lincoln, it's sad, Lincoln. The businesses up there closed. No black community leaders, no ministers, no politicians even spoke about the corruption that's intentionally cities doing, Lincoln. That's intentionally the cities doing what they doing, Lincoln. That is wrong. Displacement, gentrification, development. Lincoln is dirty, man. It's dirty to the full extent. It's dirty what they doing. Lincoln, look at Hispanics, man. They got their own damn grocery store.
Where is it?
Where is it? All in on Coleraine and Price Hill. I can keep going. You even got Hispanics doing work. The Hispanics doing work, Lincoln. They buying the grocery stores up, Lincoln. You know what I mean? You even had Hispanics doing your roof one day. Right. That's how sad it is, Lincoln. And the crazy part about it is the city of Cincinnati fund Kroger's, Lincoln, annually. They fund Kroger's, Grant, Bunny. Lincoln, that is super wrong what they did. They need to make them black ministers up there in town at the town center whole, Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's wrong. They need to make them whole. That's our job as being a precinct executive that we got elected. Our job is to talk to the leadership, the Democrat Party. When these candidates getting elected, Lincoln, we can't be having no damn candidates getting elected and they playing the whole damn community. Make it make sense, Lincoln, what they doing, brother. It's sad. Kroger's getting money from the city.
Have you been down to city council lately? Have you?
You silly.
I'm sure you're going to bring this up the next time you go to council. I'm sure you're going to bring this up.
Oh, man, to the fullest, Lincoln. They on their vacation. They come back the first week of August.
Yeah.
Then they come back in September. But, Lincoln, this is a serious issue, Lincoln. You even got the damn social justice next door to them. Where the justice at, Lincoln?
Yes.
Huh? I mean, it's crazy. I bet they rent cheap. I bet they rent like $500. That little center. It's just wrong, Lincoln. TCB, they applied for a grant of $200,000, a neighborhood business district support grant, right? Then the money's supposed to be dished out to the business owners, but guess what TCBC didn't do? They didn't report the money. They didn't report the money, the grant that they received to some of them business owners, but they used the business owner's name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They used the business owner's name.
Well, see, that's wrong.
Well,
that's something sounds illegal about that, but I guess it happened. I don't know what to say.
But Lincoln, Lincoln, your show, I thank you very much, Lincoln, that you allowed me to come on to speak like this. Because usually, back in the day, the old Lincoln would have hung up.
Oh, my goodness. And the old Lincoln, the new Lincoln getting ready to hang up. I got to go. Thanks for your call.
Lincoln, I appreciate you, Lincoln. Thank you, brother. I love you. Can't do nothing about it. And as community leaders, it's a shame on y'all damn asses. Y'all ministers and all y'all crooked, rotten. Oh, man.
All right. Thanks for your call. Unbelievable. Doug Springs, how you doing today?
Fine. To Stefan, a lot of it is because we as a community are not together. We're not demanding anything. We're silent. So our leaders don't hear us saying or doing anything, so they don't do anything.
Well,
so it's not so much the leaders, it's us.
Now, let me tell you this. And now when, people talk about the Black Ministers Conference, when they had power, they could get things done. Wouldn't you say so?
Well, I know you don't remember this, but we told the black ministers to be quiet because they was going the wrong way.
Oh.
They
some things they did turn the corner on some things, and
And the community activists told them to cool out, to be quiet because y'all going the wrong way, and they did that. So I give them utmost respect for doing that, but. Sometimes when you get power, Lincoln, it goes to your head, and you forget the real purpose of what you're out there for.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say a few things very quickly. The crime watchers, when you was talking to the police officer this morning,
yes,
and you said somebody talking in the background, and they said Miss Tony.
Miss Tony, yes.
Is Miss Tony a police officer?
No, she's not. No.
Oh.
She's a civilian.
She's a what?
She's a civilian.
Because there was a police back in the day who was very popular in the black community. His name was John F. Tony, and I'm talking about, I think it was probably in the 50s and the 60s. And I just wonder, was she any kin to him?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, then the second thing, staying on the police. Lincoln, at one time, black police were much more respected in the black community than they are today. They were known, I would say that. They were known more so in the black community because that's where they mostly put them at, in the black community.
Yeah. It's some legendary black police officers out there, Their names were big. You're right.
And today, I know there's many, I don't know how many, but there's many black officers, and basically, I don't know any.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not in the community like they were back during those times, and I understand the population and all that, but they were, the black police officers at that time, we knew who they were.
Mm-hmm.
And they carried a lot of respect in the community. And I just wish that more of the black police would get into the community and get their names out there.
Well, and I think nowadays we're getting a lot of black police officers that not from Cincinnati, didn't grow up here, so they're not connected like the old guys were.
Exactly. I understand that. But they still should get out and make themselves known.
Yeah.
And because, they were doing more back then than what they're doing now for the community. Then my last point, Lincoln, on your TV show Sunday, I was watching, and you had you had a judge on there running for office.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about people, electing, voting for the judges.
Mm-hmm.
Then I remember at Elizabeth Ty, who's running for probate judge, at her fundraiser, she was talking about by time what people do when they vote from the top down.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they get down to the judges, many of them don't vote for the judges.
Right.
So I would like everybody to understand that we need to do what we call a bottoms up. Now, in the old days, that means you took some liquor and poured it up and drank it, from the bottle. Right. But now I'm talking about bottoms up to mean start voting from the bottom, because that's where the judges are.
And then work your way up.
Than the governor and all the other officials that started at the top. It's at the top of the ballot. So start from the bottom and work your way up. And I think that's a brilliant idea, and it's an easy idea. Mm-hmm. And I wish more from the black community, because that's where we lose. Mm-hmm. We don't vote for our local more than we vote for our state and national.
Yeah.
So y'all, bottoms up, meaning vote starting at the bottom of the ballot and work your way up to the top. Thanks, Lincoln.
All right, Doug. Thanks for your call. I'll see you Saturday. That's Doug Springs. And, he's telling the truth. A lot of people, they vote just during the presidential election. A lot of them just came in there and voted for president and left the whole rest of the ballot blank. Or they'll go to the first two candidates, and then they just stop. That's all I know. I'm not voting. And they'll turn their ballot in. Put it in the machine. But like he said, vote from the start at the bottom and then work your way up. A lot of things, because they don't have a D or an R behind the judges, and they don't know who they're voting for. If they're not an educated voter, they won't know who's who. All right, let's go to David Whitehead. David, how you doing?
Hey, Lincoln, I'm doing great. Wow, Doug brought up some great points, and Stefan had some valid points as well. So just want to touch base on Doug's point, because I was going to talk to Alicia, but she's gone now, and she needs to stop talking. I told her that until it's Black Music.
Right. She's not going to have a voice when the event starts.
I know. A couple of things. One of the great points he made was in regards to the ballot and looking at the whole ballot. When you see our people out doing voter registration, just because you're already registered doesn't mean you can't stop and say, hey, can you help show me how to look at my ballot before I go into the elections?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where we're missing it. It's an easy thing for us to do, to pull your ballot up right there on the spot. Now, this is going to have to happen at the end of August, early September, when everyone's certified for the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
But we can do that. Allow us to help you help yourself, and you can help your neighbor. Because we're out there, and we're trying to make sure everybody understands their ballot, make sure everybody understands who to vote for, and we are missing judges. And it's painful to us, because if you got the wrong judges in place, you get the wrong ruling. We can look at how it progressed to the Supreme Court. We definitely had the wrong people at the Supreme Court. But that could have been stopped if they wouldn't have been voted into office earlier on.
Right. You're right.
So the other thing, Lincoln, is he made a very good point about knowing your police officers and being able to have that relationship with your law enforcement officers as community partners. That's why we're talking to the community today. We're going to be at the Holloman Center tonight from 6 to 7:30 or 6 to 8 I'm not sure how long we're going to go, but we'll go at least an hour and a half to 2 hours trying to get the information from the community about how you want to look at the information that was released and how we can best make adjustments. We can't make adjustments for the community without hearing from the community, and that's why we're having these meetings, so we can hear from the community. So we're inviting people to come out at 6 o'clock. You could have registered in advance. If you didn't, that doesn't matter. Come on out anyway. The other thing that Stefan raised in regards to the community leaders being able to do things, we can't do it all, but we can try and put forth some efforts towards that. I can't stop that grocery store from closing. I would love to have a way in which to stop the grocery store.
Well, it's already closed.
I know.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I would have loved to have a way.
Yeah.
Lincoln, I bought gift cards from that grocery store that I never used.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why I wasn't able to use? And this is, I don't know what their business plan or business model was, but when I went over there weren't products that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Like the inventory was low.
Yeah.
And we have to figure out how
and
we can make
they
our
explained
stores.
that they couldn't find a distributor. It's hard for a small grocery store to
I understand that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that is a problem. How do we get on the other end of the distribution channel?
Yeah.
You know, these fish stores that don't have people that look like us that are all in our community, they have a distribution to get their fish from their people.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at on the other end of that chain? These are the business models we got to come up with ahead of time before we put something in place. And, you know, there's some people in here out there with this knowledge, but we got to press upon them to start helping guide us. And we can't blame, you know, corporate all the time because we can't live off of grant money. We've got to, if we get a grant money, how do we take that grant money and build it into something that is profitable? And, you know, that is the frustration part for me is I'm trying to figure out how can we increase black economic development. And also with the Music Fest coming up, that is the Super Bowl for these black vendors.
Yes.
We have to go down there and support it. It is not going to be your regular price because they got hard costs. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but support them so that this is how they make their year is off of this weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah, this is how they're going to make the next year where they can be still in business. And we need to help and support that because they look like us. They work with us. They hire people that look like us. And we can spend the money. I got people from Chicago coming in. I got people from Detroit coming in. Chicago, the prices we're fussing about are regular prices to them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're not coming down here fussing about the price. That's what it normally costs.
Right. Yeah. It's like a discount down here compared to Chicago.
Yes.
All right, David, I'm out of time.
Okay.
I got to run.
All right.
Appreciate your call. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Janice, KZ Smith, Nadir, all holding on. 1230, The Buzz.
1230 The Buzz wants you to buy Black 513. Black Americans have.
One City Council promised Bryant that grant money. Inquiring minds want to know, Mr. Ware, and please don't just say the city. I'm not sure how that came about, the grant money. I think they lobbied council for it or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'll find out for you, Darnell Hunter. I'll find out. Kroger still gets grant money from 3CDC. I don't believe Kroger's getting any grant money. I don't know. They might. They might have given them some grant money to move in that building where they're in now. What's up, Jerica? She's been missing in action this morning. Asking the deer, what was the name of the program Linda Bates Parker had at UC? Okay.
You overslept, huh, Jerica? Mm. Mm-hmm.
She must have had a tough night last night.
Oh, yeah. Of course I was going to say something,
Of course,
Jerica.
of course.
Of course.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
Now, that's an old TV show right there.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was still in black and white the last time I saw it.
Yep. Mr. Ed. Wilbur. Oh, boy. I watched Michelle Obama's and her brother podcast. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty good. They had Cat Williams on.
Oh, my God. I wonder how that went.
You know, after that interview, I feel a little different about Cat Williams now.
He's
know?
a smart guy.
He is.
He's very smart.
Yeah.
He's very quick-witted. And he's very smart.
Yeah, Cat Williams is all right. You know?
I don't know how.
He had a tough time growing up, too.
Yeah.
He had a tough time.
He deserves another street.
Somehow he ended up in Haiti.
What in the hell? How you end up
He
over
grew
there?
up in Haiti or something. Like, he stayed over in Haiti for a while.
Oh, wow. I remember the last time I don't know if he's been here after I left the first time, but when the last time I was working here, he came here. I don't know what he was smoking, but it had this entire office smelling. I don't know what it was.
That was some of that loud.
Oh, it was loud.
Some of that loud.
It was just yelling.
On 1230 The Buzz.
1230 WDBZ, Lincoln Ware with you. And let's see, Janice, KZ, and the deer are holding on. Janice, how are you today?
I'm good, Lincoln. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. What's on your mind?
Do you remember a place called Harris Rosedale's? It was out in Lockland. He taught tap years ago.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I took tap out there when I was a little girl.
Okay.
But I had a girlfriend too, who one of my best girlfriends. She taught ballet and tap as an adult, and I took lessons from her too. And yeah, tap is your hips and your thighs and all those
and your calf muscles and
all
that.
Yeah,
your
very involved.
feet.
But Lincoln, I wanted to do a quick overview of your show today.
Yes.
Judge Hunter.
Yes.
If we want to talk about faith, that lady has faith. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
She has been to hell and back, and she has ethics.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia Reese has a progressive, creative mind.
Mm-hmm.
She is awesome. The National Guard. You ask why aren't Americans going? Well, Americans are already citizens, and if they want to go, they can. Now, those immigrants, they're joining, wanting to become citizens.
To speed up the process. That's a pretty good. That's pretty smart to do what they're doing.
Yeah, so that's the reason a lot of them are going. And I want to go back to Mississippi James too. He was talking about blacks and propaganda and all that. And I do want our people to understand that most negative things said about us are merely propaganda. The offender always tries to malign the victim to protect themselves.
Yes.
So I want us to understand that all that propaganda, those negative things about us were never true. They were just to try to make someone else feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And also I want black people to understand, too, just imagine being under stress and on guard your whole life. Wondering about yourself, your children, when you go out, where you go, what you're going to do. They say that we're the sickest. You know, they always say we're the sickest, which is not true. We're just under more pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And I want our people to understand that we're under pressure constantly. Right now, we have to talk to our children about going out, what they should and shouldn't do, where they should go, who they should be with, all those kind of things. That causes stress in your bodies, and we're not even aware of it a lot of times. Subconsciously, we're not aware. It's not always just what we eat.
Right.
It's about the levels of cortisol that's building up in our bodies. And we have to be aware of that. Sometimes we have to sit down and take a few deep breaths and concentrate and ask ourselves why we feel so stressed. But just think about what we're under on a daily basis, all the time under pressure. And we have to really be gentle with ourselves and understand that there's nothing wrong with us. We're not sick. We're not the sickest.
No.
There's nothing wrong with us. We might have some emotional issues because of the stress that we're under, but there is nothing wrong with us.
All right.
But have some peace. Have some. Be gentle with yourselves. Understand that we are under pressure.
And that stress and pressure, it brings on illness. I hear you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. All right, Janice,
So
I'm out
take
of time.
care.
All right. Thanks for your call. KZ Smith, real quick, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. First of all, Lincoln, want to thank you and all those who came out to Live Well Cincinnati last Friday.
Oh,
It was a good
yes.
event.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate it. Secondly, as Doug Springs talked about, bottoms up, start at the bottom of the ballot.
Yes.
I certainly hope so because, my stepdaughter, Elizabeth, she's running, Elizabeth Ty, for a probate judge,
Yes.
and she's almost on the bottom of the ballot. So I support definitely bottoms up. But going to Stefan, and I hear Stefan's concern, and, he's right, we need to do more. But the ministers, we no longer control the town center.
Right.
That was the Coalition of Churches. TCB controls the town center. Vice Mayor Jan Michelle Kearney, she's in the process of setting up a meeting to find out what's going on with the town center. Chanel and Chanel, Pastor Donald Jones and I mean, we fought hard to get Country Meats what they needed to move in and to continue to operate. And a lot of things that, from what they said, they were promised, they did not receive. And so we're setting up a meeting to find out what went wrong.
What happened?
Because
Yeah.
what Chanel is saying was what she said, and I know it's right quickly, is that the 250,000, not necessarily that it went to another business, it just didn't go to them. The 250 went like for build out and things like that when they needed to go for other things. And so we're going to have a meeting to really find out. But I met with the mayor, met with the TCB to say, ministers, we want to take it back over. So
All right.
just to let you know.
All right, KZ, thanks. Thanks for your call. That's
All right,
Reverend
take-
KZ
all right,
Smith.
take care.
All right, Nadir, you got about 20 seconds.
Hey, Lincoln.
You want
well,
to call me back
I'll
tomorrow?
call you
Nadir, you want to
tomorrow.
call me back tomorrow?
Yeah, I will do.
Okay, we'll get you in
Hey,
there.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Lincoln, only thing I'm going to say right quick is our people need to stop going to Kings Island. I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, I heard about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow, too. The Kings Island. Yeah, he's right about that. Call me tomorrow, Nadir. That's going to wrap it up for me. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10, 12:30. The Buzz. All right. People speak down on black people they don't know in areas they don't visit. The money is available for everyone else. It's shameful. People who can't read don't vote. Worst leaders. Bottoms up. This is the Uncle Luke version. Jeez. Oh, boy. Yeah, Kings Island. Yeah, I hear there's been some stuff going out at Kings Island when it comes to those teenagers out there, and how you don't have to do nothing but look at the security and they'll ban you from the park for a year. It's crazy.
So what I missed that. What you say now?
The security guards out there banning black teens, or you can ask them a question and they'll ban you.
Security guard.
Yeah, at the Kings Island.
Do they have I don't think they have the authority to do that.
I don't know. Angel's husband, he was defending some teenagers. They banned him for a year.
Oh.
You know, Angel, he used to work there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So he's gathering some information and he's going to call in. But, here's been some crazy stuff going on out there.
That's weird.
Yep. I guess now we'll build our own amusement park. How many centuries will that take? Will it take to do that? I'm sure they got over in Africa. They got black amusement parks. I bet you Nigeria has an amusement park.
I got a message here. It says lettuce is linked to explosive diarrhea outbreak.
Yeah.
Oh,
they got some. It's hitting all states around here.
Oh boy.
Yep. Restore and reform the Cincinnati Public Schools so our children will vote in the future. So it's just the black children and not the whites? That's what I'm gathering, D. That's what I'm hearing. Ever since they had that big brawl out there, it's been like hell on black teenagers out there. And I'm sure some of them probably got it coming, but not all of them.
Apparently, they do have amusement parks on the continent of Africa.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. People just have a different impression of what Africa is like. They got it. They got stuff over there, skyscrapers.
I've seen pictures of those. Yeah.
Kenya, maybe.
Yeah, Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Another place. Yeah. Yeah.
Nairobi, Kenya is like a black New York.
Really?
Yeah. They got TV they run the TV stations and everything. Matter of fact, when we went there, I don't know how we ended up at this TV station. We were somewhere and the guy found out, I was the DJ back here and so he invited me and Sharon to come to the TV station. And then they found out Sharon was like a food scientist and they talked to her the whole time. They didn't talk to me.
Oh, man. Boy. That felt weird for you, huh? Her getting all the attention.
No, I just sat there and watched.
You're just like, hello, I'm here.
Y'all don't know who I am. I'm Lincoln Ware. I gotta talk to you.
If I had sounded like that, I wouldn't have wanted them to interview me. Trust me. Jesus Christ. They would have said, we don't want to talk to you, sir. You sound like somebody trying to imitate Cat Williams or somebody. Oh.
Me and Miss Sharon, we laugh behind the scenes about my
your imitation
of you. Yeah, we laugh.
Jeez. Yeah, they got everything over there that we have here, but they don't get to play like they get over here. I know when we went over there, remember the Chrysler 300 was a hot car? Everybody had the Chrysler 300.
Really?
They had them over in Africa, too. And they had wheels. All of the brothers had wheels put on,
the rims, the big
rims. Yeah. Had the rims on them and everything.
I wonder do some of them say, why don't black folks come back home to Africa? I wonder if some of those countries ever think about that or ask that question sometimes.
If they what now?
Have black Americans come back over there and live over there. And there's some of their countries, just have black folks. Do you ever have the conversation about black folks coming back to Africa to live in those countries?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
wondering,
yeah.
do they ever have that conversation?
I don't know. It would be, Nadir, he moved over there, remember? But it seemed like he's here more than over there now.
Oh, really? Oh.
I'm going to have to ask him about that.
Yeah.
If his life is so good over there, it seems like you here all the time.
Yeah. Well, maybe his folks are from over here. He was born over here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe his
somebody said you sounded more like Geraldine and Flip Wilson.
Now that's something I never heard. A name I haven't heard in a long time.
Flip Wilson and Geraldine.
Yeah. Gee, they went way back. Yeah.
Flip Wilson. Damn, I ain't heard that name in a long time. Flip Wilson. He had his own little TV show back in the day. They're driving around in Chrysler 300s talking about what's up, my N-word.
Oh, boy. I doubt they're saying that.
One of my friend's daughter built a house in Ghana. Okay.
Did she build it to live in it, or did she build it for charity or something to help other people?
I don't know. Probably for herself. That's what it sounds like. She could get it built real cheap. All right, folks. And don't forget, an extra Lincoln Ware show Saturday from noon to 2.
Samuel Campbell, are you talking about my impression is spot on, or what are you talking about, Sam?
No. Spot on with Geraldine. The devil made me do it.
Was that Lincoln or Geraldine? Man.
Oh, boy. I married one and you can keep the entire continent of Africa. Hell no. Uh-oh, somebody married an African?
What happened?
Oh, boy.
Who said that and what happened?
Oh. Using my son's slang, we're cooked. Saturday's caller number 7 gets a free Geo Metro. Oh boy, I remember those cars. I bought Geo Metro for Tamika when she was in college.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's what I would picture that for a good college kid car.
It didn't have air in it, and so she died.
Oh my God!
It didn't have air.
Oh boy. Was it because the AC was broken?
No,
broke down,
it didn't have air.
It didn't come with AC?
It didn't come with air.
Oh, my God. How could you, Lincoln?
Oh, boy.
That's bad.
Oh, man. It wasn't as hot then as it is now.
Oh, get out of here. Did you know it didn't come with AC?
Yeah.
And you just bought it?
Look. It was way back in the day. I figured she could roll the window down and just drive.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you, Lincoln Ware? That's borderline child abuse right there.
It was a Geo Metro.
There's a reason those cars are not out today.
Unbelievable. My first car, Brent Beard said his first car didn't come equipped with AC.
Really?
We got a good deal, and that thing was great on gas. Man, it was great on gas. That you could drive for 2 weeks off a tank of gas. That's almost as bad as the Dodge Neons.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, those Metros get almost 50 miles a gallon. She could drive forever on that car.
At least the Dodge Neons, at least they were kind of sporty looking. They were kind of nice looking cars.
Which one?
The Dodge Neons.
Neon, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of sporty. My first car was a Mercury Lynx. I think it was an 87 or 86 Mercury Lynx.
Really?
They looked like the Ford Escort
Okay.
of the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were Mercury Lynx. It's like a cheap imitation of Ford Escort.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's hard to remember what they look like.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
They're basically a Ford Escort, except it was a Mercury Lynx. You know, Mercury and Ford were pretty much the same company back then.
Oh, the car had heat. It just didn't have air. And then I got a Honda after that. It had air.
Oh, the big time Honda.
Yeah.
Honda what?
Accord.
Honda. Oh, okay. What year?
I can't now. That I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember what year.
It might have been the 90s.
I don't remember what year it was.
Yeah, those are pretty good cars. I still see people driving 90s models of Honda Accords. I still see those riding around.
Really?
Yeah.
My first car was a Mercury Cougar.
Really? What year?
It was like a 71 maybe.
71 Mercury Cougar. I got to look that up.
I bought it from my aunt. Like a 69. Was it a 60? It might have been a 69. 69, because I had it when I went into the Marines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You're rolling pretty good there, Mr. Ware.
Yeah, she bought her another new car. And actually, no, it had to be a 67 or 68, but I bought it in like 69 or 70. Yugo was the worst car in the world. And I remember the lights on that Cougar. That was the first time they had the sequential turn lights, you know, when it turns.
Yeah.
One come on after another.
Oh, yeah.
It was yellow. It had a little vinyl top on it. Oh, yeah.
It was pretty slick ride there, that Cougar.
Yeah. They had the headlights. It had the headlight covers, you know, when you turn it on, it opens up.
Yeah, the flip-up headlights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at one now. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Rolling pretty nice, Mr. Ware.
Yep, it was yellow. Yellow and black. All right, folks. Got to get out of here. We will talk to you later. Uncle Lincoln, will you broadcast from Radio 1 Montgomery Studios on Thursday and Friday? I think just Friday. But I'm counting on you YouTube folks to call in on Saturday. You know, everybody's not used to tuning in on a Saturday. No talk radio on Saturday. They forget about it. You'll forget about it. I know you'll forget.
Well, they'll get the notifications if you go on live on YouTube. So
okay.
At least that part will
See,
work.
I never get the notifications.
You don't?
When I go on. I did for Facebook, but I don't get it here.
Are you a subscriber to our Buzz?
Yes.
Then you should. When you subscribe, there should be like a a bell. You hear like a bell notification.
Oh, well, I never hear because I had the headphones.
No, not.
Oh,
maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're not hearing it because of that. But when you subscribe, there's a bell icon that you click.
Oh,
and that lets you know.
Oh,
when they go live.
Maybe I didn't click that.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't click it.
Click it or ticket.
Oh, geez. Okay. If I'm available, I know Brent has always called in when I was over at Jeff Weiler on Saturdays. He used to call in, talk about his garden, his peppers and stuff he was growing in his garden.
Oh, yeah. Farmer Brent. Farmer Brent.
Oh, boy.
Won't be hearing Gene Strauss, though.
Nope.
You know, Lincoln, man, we got the new car, Lincoln.
There's another guy, they said his name is Willis.
Willis?
Yeah. I haven't met him yet, but they say he's the guy to talk to now.
Okay.
You know. What you talking about, Willis? You know I'm going to have to say that to him.
Yeah.
I haven't met him yet, but...
yeah, you got to spring that on him a couple times.
Yeah. What you talking about, Willis?
What deals you talking about, Willis?
$72 a month? What you talking about, Willis? Oh, boy. Are we supposed to call in to discuss cars? No, you can call in. I'd rather not go the political way, you know. Don't want to be political if I could get by with it, because it is a place of business, and you got to kind of keep things. So I'll have some other stuff for us to talk about. All right. I mean, we can talk about the war and stuff like that, but how some of you cats are. Gene Strauss he just got sick and he just never really could make it back. I guess he's on disability now. He had a back operation. He was a big dude too. And he just something went wrong with that back operation because he just never could recover. He's still alive, but he no longer works for Jeff Weiler. Yeah. Gene Strauss. Lincoln, today we got these cars here.
Do you think Gene Strauss think you make a great impression of him, impersonation of him, Mr.
Probably
Ware?
not.
Okay, all right. I didn't think he was that big, though, until I saw him in person. I'm like, who the hell is that guy? Gene Strauss. Yeah, it's me, Gene Strauss. He's got the voice of a man half his size. I didn't think I would have to look up to Gene Strauss, Lincoln,
we're going to guarantee financing today. Can first-time walkers get a T-shirt Saturday? No. N-O. Hell to the no. No.
Show up for picture day and to get a T-shirt and then never see them again.
Right. No T-shirts on Saturday. Sorry. If you're a first-time caller, come back again next week. If you really mean it, you'll be back next week. Yeah. I remember Gene Strauss and Dwight almost got into a fight.
Oh, man. You kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
That would have been Clash of the Titans.
It was down at, what's the name of this place? Pyatt Park. It was the Urban League Gala. And Dwight was protesting down there. They didn't want black folks to have anything downtown, or the boycott was on. So Dwight was out there with a sign protesting, and Gene Strauss got out of the car, and Dwight got in his face and stuff, and Gene said, we can take it around to the alley.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I think Gene would have given Dwight a tough time back then. I think so. Now, I don't think so, but back then, oh, boy.
Yeah.
That would have been a rumble.
I'm telling you. Yep. No Pharaoh calls on Saturday. Oh, boy. Well, he's not on YouTube, so he probably won't even know I'm on the air. There you go, Charles Talbert. You got that right. Uncle Lincoln, which Crown Royal are you tasting this Friday? I'm not sure. Maybe peach? I don't know. Since it's peach season, UDF got their peach ice cream. You're right about that, Ken Anderson. He would be the very one to do it. No politics, just sell. Yeah.
Just say, hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. We can talk about why Jericho's up at 3 in the morning.
Lincoln, Uncle Lincoln, I have a bottle of Crown for you that I've had since the Stagger Lee's broadcast. Oh, well, somebody brought me some Crown Royal in the liquor store. And
that's almost like the free food giveaway out in front of the grocery store that they were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, right. Oh, man, I tell you.
Yikes.
Yep. I think I'm supposed to do Stagger Lee's soon, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, their anniversary's coming up. Stagger Lee's. All right, folks, I'm out of here. You had 24 minutes of the after show today. How about that? All right, folks, y'all take it easy. Bye.
Clear the screen.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real. I'm your host, Reverend Al Sharpton, and we're back